right here. Get the sound right, everything like that. I should have did this before I got in here. Yo, man. About, I don't even say like 2 minutes ago, I was outside and smoking a cigarette. I don't smoke in my place here, so I go outside and smoke. I get a text, and somebody, I guess, is watching her Jaguar live, says my name in the chat room. But mind you, I'm on Instagram. So I said, what? So I go back. I click the link. They sent me the link. I click the link to go over to her live right now. And I like, you can, believe it or not, you can rewind the live. Like, I can rewind the live. I can't fast forward it, but I can rewind. So I rewinded it, and I was like, yo, did you just say I was in your chat? Nah, shorty, I wasn't in your chat. I wasn't in your chat. I literally was just outside smoking a cigarette. But wait. Whoever the chick is that's moderating her channel, right after that says, oh, and Perry Sanders in here too. And I said, what? Now, we all know how YouTube works. You would have to make a comment. You would literally have to make an actual comment to be seen in the chat room. Just like I can see the Jedi, I can see no angel. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know who the other 10 people are. And it just blew my mind. I said, oh, now they're subjugating themselves to lying. So what they must have seen was, they must have seen the title of this live that I had coming up. But they pretended like me and Perry Sanders were in their live tonight. And then there's this other homeboy on there. Listen, homie, listen. Don't ever try to degrade my caliber. All right. You nothing like me. You understand what I'm saying? You can pretend all you want. You nothing like me. And I don't care how much you think in your head, or whatever the case may be, or whatever. This is a strong song to you, all right? You haven't done as much as I have. You haven't accomplished as much as I have. You don't know the same ilk of people I do. And based on the matter who you currently following under right now, that goes to stand as testament of that. You call me a cloud chaser, homie. I'm not no cloud chaser. I don't need that little channel. Look at my views, homie. I don't have a struggle channel. I have over 5.4 million views on my channel, and I did it less than 2.5, 3 years. That's a totality. And I'm gonna put up a screenshot for that so you can see that. I have videos like that have hundreds of thousands. I have one that has 1.3 million views. Do you have a video that has 1.3 million views? You might stand to learn something from me, kid. So listen, we're not gonna do you talk about me and I talk about you to get a come up. I don't fucking know you. You're not worth me talking about. You're not the same caliber as me. And I guarantee you, who I can pick up a call on the phone ain't the same elk and character of the people you can pick up the phone for, whether you believe that or not. So you keep hanging up under her, whatever. Now back to Huggy fucking Pampers. Listen, bitch, don't sit there and have people pretend that I'm in your fucking chat when I'm not in your fucking chat. I'm not in your fucking chat. You understand what I'm saying? I was standing outside here, and as a word to my testament, I was standing outside here smoking a fucking cigarette. I don't smoke in my place here. And as I'm sitting out there, somebody texts me, and they say, yo, she just said you were in her chat. And I said, the fuck, what? So I literally immediately clicked it, and I just brought it back. I said, well, I just thought in my mind, I said, well, it's probably a couple seconds, maybe a minute, two. So it took me a couple seconds to catch on to it. But I caught the part, and I said, I wasn't in your fucking chat. I was smoking a cigarette. What the fuck you talking about? And if I was in your chat, I would literally have to write something in your chat for you to know that I was there. So why is the bitch lying on me right now? But then they followed it up and said that Perry Sanders was in there, and he also wanted to holler and speak to her. And it was like, it's gonna cost you $500. $500 for what? Some fucking lies? So which leads me into the premise of this particular motherfucking joint tonight. Listen, hey, how y'all doing? Tonight, Jackie, Creole Cutie, No Angel, CC. What's going on? Did y'all hear what I said here? I was not in this bitch's chat. I wasn't even on her fucking live. And for me to be on her fucking live, she would have to have seen me write something in the chat to anybody to call me out. So even if you're using StreamYard, apparently what she was using, I hear this shit and I'm looking, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? What? I was in her chat. And she called me out loudly. Like I was there to now. You want to keep it a buck? I saw this morning. See, this is what I mean about your erratic behavior. Huggy Pampers, Bitch, this morning you was praying and gospel and preaching the gospel and shit, talking about motherfucking all this shit and all that shit. I see your replaybacks, but you are not of that importance to maybe be like monitoring you like that. You understand what I'm saying? I've never wrote in any of your other chats. I've never spoke at you before. And quite in fact, you went on a whole fucking podcast to talk shit about me. And I still ain't really saying what I needed to say about your fraudulent ass. You was this morning, you was praising Jesus and talking about Sodom and Gomorrah and shit. Wasn't that you? And now this evening, you done turn back into motherfucking the Batman. Huggy fucking Pampers. Fuck that bitch. You know why I say fuck that bitch? I say fuck that bitch because she just pretended I was in her fucking chat room and I wasn't. I was literally smoking a fucking cigarette on my mother's grave, my father's grave. I was smoking a cigarette and somebody texted me that. Good looking for the person who texted me that. I ain't gonna say your name, but good looking. That bitch is crazy, my nigga. And then she followed it up and said Perry Sanders to give the illusion that motherfuckers want to follow her. Then she had a homeboy that sat there and said, I can't validate myself. Nigga, there's a video in my motherfucking community section right fucking now. All right, because that shit had me. I'm like, this is a fucking blogger that's following after all fucking stars out there in the world. Fucking Jaguar Wright. This bitch is washed. She's washed. She been washed. She been washed. And this kid, desperate kid, you better all come to holler at me than dealing with her. That's not gonna take you nowhere. That's gonna last another week or two, and then she's gonna be back where she was again, back down in the dumps, grabbing for motherfuckers to pay for hotel rooms or for them to stay or whatever. You're dealing with a homeless woman right now that can't come onto her own constitution, that she needs to get a life right before she starts gossiping again. Now she's threatening y'all and forcing y'all to donate to her and shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? That's what this woman's mentality is at. This morning, now let me finish off with this kid. First of all, kid, there's a video on my motherfucking page, right? It's from the honorary motherfucker Sean Press, who you will not know who that is. You understand what I'm saying? There's a host of others, from the creator of Revolt TV to the creator of Sean John to motherfucking Murder Inc. and the many others that know who the fuck I am. You understand what I'm saying? So don't you ever make the mistake that you the same as me. You ain't like me. Nah, you ain't nothing like me. You think you like me, but you ain't nothing like me. And as long as you keep that attitude and that brain in your head, you might as well be around Puff, Jay-Z, or anybody else and think you like us, but you not like us. You have not had the same helm as I have. You have not been through the same trials and tribulations I have. You have not worked with the same people I have. You don't know who signs the checks and who doesn't. She don't even know that because she didn't reach that elk. She talks about her career and how she was a superstar. She was never a superstar. No. She was an act. She was an act. There's a very big difference. Beyonce is a superstar. Rihanna is a superstar. Taylor Swift is a superstar. This was an act. An act that didn't work out very well, judging by the numbers of your third album, huh? Judging by the numbers of your second album, huh? This chick was literally talking about Jesus and the Bible and followed it up with gossiping on Clubhouse. And then she tried to use two individuals in between that. Y'all got to peep her mind games. See, let me tell y'all something y'all didn't know about Clubhouse. See, that's why I stay in the know. My ears always, you know what I mean? She think I'm paying attention to her. That was funny as hell. And I'm going to prove to y'all. Because they claimed they blocked me in the chat, right? That's what they said when I rewinded it back and I heard it. They claimed they blocked me in the chat. So I'm going to show y'all something in a little bit on an upload. And I'm going to show y'all what I'm talking about. Because you heard me say here, I don't want to block chick. I always want her to have access here. You understand what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. You, your flunkies, your friends, probably 10, 50. Y'all motherfuckers come on over. You understand what I'm saying? Because what's going to happen is it's going to be a last grab. So sad. I've seen this happen a million times. It's going to be a last grab. And after this, nobody's going to ever fuck with you again. You know what? Somebody going to fuck with you again? Let me teach you something, kid. The one that's over there fucking with her. The reason nobody will ever fuck with you again because they know they can't trust you now. What kind of fucking people you bringing us around us? This guy's a gossiper. He got a gossip column. He likes to gossip. Hey, girl. Bring this motherfucker around us. There's some people that gossip. You can trust them. But this type of caliber of gossiper, this is a salacious gossiper, what you would call yellow journalism. Yellow journalism. You ever heard that term? Yellow journalism is a myriad of salacious material, making up stories, shit like that. We call it yellow journalism. Go ahead and look it up right now. Yellow journalism has many different constitutes and many different what do you call it there? Translations. And one of them would be called ambush journalism, right? I had to take a damn jacket off. It's a little cool up here in the Northeast now. And ambush journalism is basically the same thing. It's in the constitution of that, within the paradigm of that, if you want to say. And basically, you have people that come out and they make up stories, they put out stories, or whatever the case may be, to sound relevant, to get them self momentum, to get them self posts. This is the old trick. This goes back decades ago. You know what I mean? Literally decades ago. Decades ago, it would have been translated as, you see some senator walking on the street, you run up to him, tell us about what you did. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that. That's what it is. Ambush journalism. And so a lot of people that are over there supporting Jaguar, right? And guys, one of y'all write my cash app in the chat room so I can lock it. $STRINGERBELL80. I appreciate it. Thank all of y'all for showing up here. She has now substituted herself, going back to what she was originally here for, and that was gossiping. Gossiping. But no new music. No new music. No new fucking music. No new music. No new music. After 1 jail, 2 jail, 3 jail trips, no music. What's wrong, Tupac? You feeling uninspired? You know what Tupac's stepmother was, right? In Cuba. Something is crazy, bro. So let me tell you about this Clubhouse segue here, because that's where I was at. So basically, Amber Rose is the topic of discussion recently on Clubhouse because she had some, let's just say, discrepancies with the Clubhouse app and the way it works and manufactures itself and blah, 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 right? So it prompted Whack 100 to respond to it. What up, Whack? And I don't know Whack personally in life, but I know of Whack very well from some of our acquaintances. But anyway, Whack responded. He said what he had to say about her, whatever. So they became the topic of discussion. Amber Rose and Whack 100. Lock that in your mind now. I'm going to show y'all how to peep this shit. Amber Rose and who else? Whack 100. Lock it in one more time. Amber Rose and Whack 100. Yeah, Davin, all 3 jail trips. You feeling uninspired? You used everything for content. What's up? That's true. You already know. And one of you guys, write my cash app in the what's the name here so I can pin it. $STRINGERBELL80. You know what I'm saying? I like to earn my motherfucking donations so I can give y'all something to roll with. You understand? So y'all can understand what's going on here, right? This is the old trick too. She got this. It's some old CBS record shit. That's what I'm saying. Hey, we're the monkeys, ass type shit. You know what I'm saying? Thank you very much. So basically, this is what's going on. Jaguar saw those 2 things going on Clubhouse because she was on Clubhouse. And what she does is she piggybacks off the story. You understand what I mean here? You don't? Basically, that's what's going on. Let's create a narrative that we can build around that. Thank you very much, Jackie. Let's build a narrative around that. So this is the narrative. Now, peep me now. Today, when she was on that little Clubhouse interview, I listened to that shit. When she was on that little Clubhouse interview, right? Well, you notice did I type anything to you in there? No, because it was already over. That Did I type anything during your prayer service this morning? No, because it was already over. Have I ever left you any type of motherfucking, like any indication I want to talk to you? No, because it's over. I don't fuck with you. I put that on stamp. I don't fuck with you. Factory. You think I told the way I told you if I fuck with you? Like, who that? That's your man's? That's your man's? You listen, that's what I'm saying to you. She runs into the story when she's doing the Clubhouse shit, and she sits there, and while she's talking, she brings up Amber Rose out of nowhere. And at the time of me listening to it, I was like, yo, why the fuck she talking about Amber Rose for Eve? You know what I mean? There's like, this some real old school shit. You know what I'm saying? That nobody give a fuck about. And I want to tell the industry, and you know, the regulars, and I'm gonna send this to y'all. You know what I mean? Like, this is a bitch that she feels she's gonna get her revenge by telling old stories and shit and snitching on motherfuckers. And that's why I tried to tell some of y'all, especially when I was in person with y'all, that pay attention that I never did that. This type of way right here has been done for a couple, I'd say 2 decades at least. You know what I mean? It started out with a certain individual, which I'm not going to name, but it started with them. And it's been practiced over and over and over. It's had its different matriculations and way it's executed, but it's the same strategy. Make no mistake about it. It's a shame tactic strategy, that's very, very, very low end. It requires no money whatsoever. Only thing it requires is faith and belief. So what she did was she sat there and she started talking about Amber Rose and talking about all these things that Amber Rose did in the back of this strip club that she claimed she had 3 girls working out of, whatever, real low budget shit. And I'm just like, yo, okay. But why is she talking about Amber Rose? Then she let off Amber Rose, and then she brought it back up out of nowhere, even though homeboy that she was talking to wasn't even talking about that. And I'm gonna get to him too. But I was just like, all right. You know what I mean? I got what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to defend Amber Rose. But I do take a contention that I know what I'm listening to and I know what I'm hearing. You feel me? So what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to like defend Amber Rose. Amber Rose did the slut walk. She had young girls thinking they wasn't worth nothing, in my opinion. And even though she might have had good intentions with her slut walk, the repeated notion that she would have it over and over and over again and sent the wrong message to, if I had a daughter that was 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, it used to be like Chris Rock said, my only motherfucking purpose is to keep my daughter off the pole. Now your only motherfucking purpose is to keep your daughter off OnlyFans. You understand? Keep your daughter off OnlyFans. So when I sat there and I listened to her do that, then I matched it together because I come from a different period. We think differently. So what I did was I matched it together with something that Denat said. And he said, "Yeah, I got a sex tape of you that with you and Goomba, and I'm gonna send it. We're gonna send it to World Star. Whack 100 been helping me push it for months." Now, this is an attempt to get me Broadville and start spilling out. Well, I've been working with so-and-so, and I've been doing this, and I've been doing that. Don't you know bad boys move with silence, not violence? Fuck wrong with you? Oh, you think I'm like you? I got you. And that's no insult. But that's what sucker niggas do. Some fucking happens. Like it's guys like this that are fucking embarrassment, in my opinion. But I digress. This is my point here. I hear this guy, he sits here and he says something about Whack 100 within the conversation. And I just mashed it up. I said, well, these are 2 most trendy motherfuckers right now on the internet because everything that happens over there on Clubhouse. It's not like before. It used to be a secret. That's where all the stars left there. All the stars worth something, they have left Clubhouse. You know what I mean? That was Meek Mill, Ross, all them over there. It's another spot now. I'll be at that spot. But the point I'm getting at is that's the old spot for people that was in the industry. The riffraff came in there, and now that's all it really exists in there. You know what I'm saying? Like when you get a lot of these secular apps, you got to realize the type of population that be in there, the type of mentality that these people have that are in there. So these are not some of the nicest people in the world. Sometimes you're talking to, and no disrespect to nobody, but I'd have been through it, lived through it, seen it, done it, all that. You talking to the ninth floor of the housing projects in fucking Queens somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Or Brooklyn or the Bronx. You know what I mean? You're not necessarily talking to a Harvard professor in your conversation, and that shit can lead to something else. And so, and the reason I'm not being so funny tonight, guys, I'm sorry. This is real serious stuff here, and I don't take light to it. Like I had a nigga mention my name, like nigga, you ain't have to do no backup singing, my nigga. I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? And I gave you the respect when I wanted to say your name. I said, and people will vouch for me on here 3 times now. I'm not gonna mention dude's name. See, I don't do that sucker shit mentioning people's name or whatever. I come see you. And I hear all that shit you talking about using box. Well, we got boxes too, man. Where you think I'm at? Nebraska? You think I live in Idaho or some shit like that? You know what I mean? Like, fuck you talking about? Like the way the kid went in, it was like, yo, man, my nigga, I was like, your whole nose was in her ass and a tampon. You feel me? Like I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't never thought that energy to you. But if you want to show your devotion to some sucker shit, go ahead, man. Just remember you gave up real opportunities in the motherfucking transaction. And never learn. That's been going on for years now, believe it or not. A lot of niggas got here complaining. Really, what it came down to was choices. Choices. That's what it really came down to. Choices. You feel me? Let me tell you something. I see the thing that they're trying to do, and they're trying to run it so they can go viral and they can get people to talk about them. And that's why I want to talk to the vloggers that I know. These two are either putting out the projection because they actually know I am worth the conversation amongst people that are way higher tier than them. Listen, sweetheart, listen, and I mean this in all due respect and no disrespect to anybody that's over there, whatever, or my fellow companions that were on there today from the Bronx. Really? Oh man, they ain't for Philly, they for the Bronx. Remember that. Right? They know what I mean. Anyway, long story short, give me a second here. I want to word this the right way. Sometimes I can come off sounding threatening. I don't mean to sound threatening. This is my nature. You set up a paradigm today and a storyboard, Jaguar, right? That you can't back away from now. And not only can you not back away from it, but you emphatically are going to have to improve yourself because, see, in 3 years' time, this is the 4th or 5th time that you've done a stunt like this. And it's unfortunate that most of the people that are around you, based on their personalities, based on how they execute themselves and engage in conversation, it sounds more like a conversation to be had in front of the local liquor store. You know what I mean? Not somewhere in Dubai or somewhere like the Emirates of other places I visited. Second of all, sir, you coming to parties is very different than you being part of the industry. Now, what you meant to say, sir, was you are a repeated patron of multiple clubs in the New York City tri-state area. And I knew many of you that were like that. Hello, how you doing? Okay, make sure they ain't the same one. And so let's just say you're a repeated patron. You said you showed up. Oh, we had the Flyers car. Nigga, I've been in and out of the Cleveland there and all the rest of them. Got pictures in there with Envy. All of us, we shut down that shit, all 3 pools. You understand what I'm saying? Year after year after year, what are we talking about here? And the point is, I'm getting at is right here. You ready for it? Ready for it? People would come there and they would come in renters all up and down South Beach, Arizona like that. Matter of fact, I even give you a perfect example. That nigga Young Buck, he went broke because of that shit. From getting renters and taking them back to Alabama and all kinds of shit like that or whatever. Look up the story. 50 Cent will tell you the story. I ain't got to tell you. He went broke like that. A lot of other people do too, getting renters, chartering jets and Gulf Streams and shit like that. And he ain't really got it like that. You know what I mean? So anyway, long story short, like I said, I was around for most of this shit. I was around for 17 fucking years. This kid's talking about, I don't think you should still. Okay, you think what you want to. I guarantee you people listen more to me than they gonna listen to you and her. And the caliber of people she got over there listening to her. She got street stars over there listening to her. I'm talking about Office. I'm not talking about the streets, used to be employed. I ain't got much with a used to be employed motherfucker in common instead, unless we gonna build something together. You understand? To be quite honest with you, I really don't. You understand what I'm saying? Unless I'm gonna build something with you, or we got this emphatic connection that is just like, all right, man, I ain't, you know what I mean? But unless I'm willing to build something with you or whatever, I have no fact because people change. You understand? Well, you may build and blossom moving forward. Other people might degrade, and it's serious. This is why you see this with a lot of different musicians, beat producers, things like that. They lose their inspiration. This is what's happened to Suge. She's lost her inspiration. She will never sound like she did once before because her soul and her heart's not there no more. That's evident. He talked about Jesus this morning and then turned around and followed with gossip when there's over 138 passages in the Bible speaking against gossip. You went against your own doctrine. Yeah, he's serious. We sliding through Taurus and Pisces. Mess with you. What's going on, Jekyll? Devin, don't worry. I'm a Cash App. Y'all try to download Cash App, brand new phone, so I got to reset. Yeah, it's very easy, man. Yeah, and I appreciate that too. Who's else is right here? I sent you something. Thank you very much, Jekyll. Donnell Johnson. Yes, Davin at the 3 jail trips. The Jedi mode pack, untrustworthy like a motherfucker. Yep, can't trust her at all. I keep telling y'all, man, she crazy, son. Like, it was just, I was listening to this shit. I said, this whole shit is orchestrated. So I sent it to my peoples or whatever. I told him the PowerPoints, and he was just like, "Oh, word!" I was like, "Yeah, this is actually talking out here, and they got pictures and all that." So let me tell you something now. I want y'all to ask the same Sean Press right now that's on Vlad TV. This bitch calling out niggas. Yeah, I used to be the party fanatic. That's all you said, homie. Like, I used to be at all the parties. You wasn't like me. You wasn't like us. Puff paid for our shit to stay at. That's the difference. You don't get that. Puff paid us. You understand what I'm saying? Not out of pocket, with checks and out of pocket. What are we talking about? You think you like me? Huh? You ain't nothing like me. You think you like me. Anyway, look, listen. So, because this is fucking hilarious. All right, give me a second here. So you get a lot of people that are stars at one time, and they're producers, they're musicians, whatever the case may be. And somewhere along the way, something happens to them, their personality switches, they're not inspired by the same thing they were before. They don't have a muse anymore. That's spelled M-U-S-E. I know I got a freaking accent here, but they don't have a muse anymore. You understand? And since they don't have a muse anymore, they're not inspired by anything. And it comes a lot of times with a cold soul, comes with feeling of regret or whatever. You think I'm joking, but I know I'm a musician and I've kept going. See, I'm a rapper. That's how I started. I'm a rapper. I've shared things here on my page. I'll share some more in the community section. You can check me out in Daddy's House Recording Studio, recording with people that'll say in the video that have recorded Justin Bieber, Alicia Keys, Shakira, multiple different multi-Grammy award-winning artists. These were the people that recorded me. You understand? Flames Flow. Shout out to Steve Diggy. Shout out to Shaquan. You know what I mean? Who did the remix for Bobby Shmurda and them when they came home? The one you hear with what's the name on it with French Montana? That's the same kid that recorded tracks for me. So I was recording with all the bad boy producers. So it ain't no Chuck and me or whatever the case may be. The only jump that Jaguar Wright's got on me is she actually had a compilation of albums, meaning she had 3 out. You understand what I'm saying? Even though they didn't do that well, I have to give her that. Well, I've sold singles. You know, understand what I'm saying? So it's a little difference right there, whatever. And my shit wasn't counted by RIAA, so it's a little bit different, but still in the same. It's the potential of moving forward. When you're not able to do your craft anymore, or do it or articulate it the way that you once had done it, what happens is you start to lose pieces of yourself, who you once were, because the music orchestrated who you were. That was your vessel to get everything out. So when you hear Jaguar Wright on her first album or whatever, literally most interruption that comes from producers, and you know, then come in, oh, change this lyric, change that lyric, change this lyric, change that lyric. You know what I mean? And that's what's going to happen. I mean, you create 17 songs, they might not like number 3 of them. All right, well, go create 11 more new ones. You know what I'm saying? Or fix those. Whatever you're going to do. It's your choice how good this project comes out. That's how it runs. And so, Jaguar, it has been the last time you performed with somebody was in 2020. So you ain't performed nowhere real of significance for about 3 years, going on 3.5 years now. That's for one. Two, who the fuck wants you on tour with them? You're a gossiper, you can't be trusted. And one of the things that Prez, Malcolm, all them guys will tell you is this. Since the day I was around, I remember I used to go to Dwayne Reed. It's a pharmacy in the Northeast section here. Well, in New York more predominantly than anywhere. And so I would go there and I would get there. I remember those disposable cameras. I was young. So this is like 2000, yeah, say 2002. I started for the first time. And I started taking pictures with those disposable cameras. And every last one of those people that I just mentioned will point one thing out, even in other ones too. That's why I said, what the fuck is this kid talking about? Nigga, I'm more than validated. You better ask her. She know that. She know that. You know what I'm saying? That's why she keep mentioning my name, because she know that. She know that. Fuck. Anyway, let me go on. So, I'm sorry. She know that though. I was always taking pictures. Later on, I started taking video. When you had the big ass joints with the little cassette joints or whatever. I think I paid $300 something for that joint at the time. You know what I mean? That was big shit. You know what I mean? And so if you knew the size of those joints, they were about this big. So you couldn't just easily carry these little mini cameras around or whatever the case may be inconspicuously. How you doing? Let's just say that. You couldn't carry them around inconspicuously. Even with mine, I had kept mine in a book bag and it had like its own corner. I like took a shirt and I wrapped it around it so it wouldn't get crushed or broken or anything like that. But the little dad tape joint would go inside there and you close it up or whatever. And they got smaller and smaller over time. But the first joints I had was like 2003 with the camera. But the disposable cameras at Dwayne Reed and Rite Aid were the first joints I have. And all my pictures, most of them, a lot of them that I throw up are from them times. So all the people, they'll tell you, I'm one of the few people that has pictures from back in them days of that era of Bad Boy so vividly as amongst us anyway that worked in my department. I dare anybody to challenge me with any more. And I'm gonna start throwing more of that stuff up. I've thrown it up before. If you guys just scroll a little bit, you'll see some videos I've thrown up of me in Daddy's house recording studio. I threw up one video that we had filmed before for one of my singles, 24 Hours to Live remix. Y'all go check that out or whatever. But I'm a singer now. I've adapted myself to singing versus rapping. It'll be some rap elements in some of the new stuff. And I'm currently always at the studio. Not as frequently as I want to be, but I am, And this is why I know she watched me. Because she pointed out, and that's what, see, we're both Taurus, her and I. So we think alike, but she's a darker spectrum of our zodiac sign, if that makes any sense right now, currently anyway. I'm not. And so far from that. But I've been there, but I ain't been there like she been there. She's like under the threshold, damn near all the way down into the 8th floor where the devil himself is chained at. You know what I mean? But and that's who I thought I heard talking today. It almost felt like Lucifer, he was speaking the Bible, but only because he had to, because he was bounded to it by a spiritual obligation, if that makes sense. Even that you were the leader of God's choir. You have to ordain yourself to all the rules. You know what I mean? Even being confined to hell. And that's what she sounded like, to me. Yeah, disposable camera. I remember those staff, and I agree. So I have a shitload of pictures and shit like that from an era of when from the first day I started Bad Boy on up. When we had the sign, we was at 1540 Broad. We were kids. And so any of the guys who work with me, they're gonna tell you the same thing. They're gonna tell you the same thing. So that's why I was like, what the fuck is this kid talking about? Yo, he's not, I don't know if he's valuable. He hasn't validated himself. You think what the fuck you want. I don't have to, who the fuck are you three? I gotta validate myself. Listen, I done validated myself enough with enough people. And I don't do that anymore. So only thing you have to do, see, you don't have access to the right people anymore. That's why I know this. You're going to the bottom of the barrels to get people now and make it project into them motherfuckers that listen to you, Jaguar. They think them people somebody. But these are not people that sign checks. These are not people currently with desk. But the people I know are. You think I just said earlier this week, I'll be back. Don't worry about it. You just watch it unfold this week, sweetheart. Do you understand? Oh, we are different. We're very different. You know the history of Taurus. We're the most trusted. We're the most trusted sign in the zodiac. We are the most lucky sign in the zodiac. We are the second, only behind Aries in the zodiac, which makes us the most strongest in the zodiac compared to all other signs. You can look that up and validate that yourself. We are very strong-willed and determined. We do not quit many of times. But one of the things that we do different substantially is our attitude towards we take towards the world, meaning that we are inclined with such a gift, even the gift of foresight, where we can find out things trajectorily through a series of math equations. It depends on how you execute and use it. See, when I broke up with my ex-girlfriend, I use this always as an example. I was a motherfucker for about a year and a half, right? Nobody could stand being around me. Asking my friends who knew me to tell you the same. Fuck that guy. You know, that's what they were saying, but they still hugged me and consoled with me, you know? But when you get to a point where you're hurt to a certain degree, and one thing I share with her is we both lost a kid. So I don't like to go into it too much because I know she got some issues or whatever. But I still will say, fuck you, bitch. You know what I'm saying? You bring me up too much. Now you bringing up talking about me and Perry Sanders in your motherfucking chat room. You got some chick, I don't even know who the fuck she is. Like, who the fuck is this bitch? Bitch said my name. I'm like, fuck bitch said my name for? I ain't even say nothing. I ain't even say nothing. What she say my name for? You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, man. Listen, man. I ain't here. Look, what y'all want me to do? Y'all want me to fight Jaguar, right, or something? Like, I'm. Oh man, listen, y'all wildin'. Nah, it ain't about that. You know, it's just shorty. She. Wow, you know. And now when you got enablers behind you, like the chick that cooled me out, like they literally pretended that we were in their chat. I didn't even know Shorty was live. Now, I swear to God on my hand, I was on Instagram just checking out shit, flipping through, saying who the new chick on the block is right now. Y'all know how it is. I'm just flipping through there and I'm just like, yo, whoa. Somebody send this to me and it come through my phone. It don't come through like the inbox or something like that. So I automatically see it. It was like, yo, this chick that said you was in her motherfucking chat room. I said, I wasn't in her fucking chat room. So I kind of timed it and I clicked the thing, brought it back because you can rewind the lives. I don't know if y'all knew that or not, but you can rewind to somebody's live. So I rewinded it back a few seconds or whatever, sat there and I listened to this shit. And then the person or whoever's her mod or whatever, followed it up and said, Perry Sanders is in here. So she trying to give y'all the illusion that we want to fuck with her now. Well, I challenge you this. Go back to that motherfucker. This is the only way she would have known I was in that chat if I had left a comment. That's the only way you can tell. There's 69 people in here right now, 30 likes. I can't see everybody in here. I can't see everybody in here. What's going on, Miss Lady Red Sparkle? I can't see anybody in here. I can't see everybody in. 68 people and one person dropped off. It might have been her. I can't see everybody in here. So what I'm saying is this. You need a comment from me, right? To say me or Perry was in there. So when I let the shit play, I looked at the chat myself. I said, well, where the fuck Perry Sanders' name at that you would know that Perry was in here? That means Perry would have to type something. So they were lying. So they lying to them. They trying to get a story stirred up. And like I said, there was somebody that was pretending like they ain't working with her, but they working with her. Trust me when I tell you this. Her ally, listen, it's like it's like for me, it's like I'm Pablo Escobar and she like the cast of The Wire right now. That's the best way I can put it. You know what I'm saying? Without being too funny. That's really what it is in comparison. It's like I'm Pablo Escobar and she's the fucking cast of The Wire. You know what I'm saying? Or the cast of like South Central or some shit like that. That's where her mind is at. You know what I mean? And so I'm just like, yo, you're now pretending that people are in your chat. You got a nigga that I don't never met in my motherfucking life. And homie, I'm gonna still say the same thing to you as a man. And don't you ever in your motherfucking life as a grown ass man, you look like a puppet. You look like a puppet. You gonna sit up there and be like, and yeah, that blah, blah, blah. Homie, I don't know you. And when I had the opportunity to say something to you the other day, I didn't even mention your name. Like and my viewers will fight that. I said, nah, I ain't gonna say his name because he might just be over there for a minute, you know what I mean, getting the game, whatever, whatever. I don't care. I'm not that invested. When the only thing I'm invested in is a couple of key spectrums of her conversation, which she knows and I know. You understand? Now listen, I'm gonna be going somewhere in a minute here, and it's not gonna be this week. It's not gonna be next week. But you might want to pay attention here, Jag, because I know you're still in here right now. And I'm gonna prove my fact to my audience today because you claim, or your moderator claim, that she blocked my profile tonight and she blocked Perry Sanders' profile tonight. All in an opportunity to get us to talk about it. Well, I'm gonna talk about you, but I ain't gonna talk about you the way you want me to talk about you. That's the thing. I'll never talk about you the way you want me to talk to you. Now about you, my fallen Tauran. You're a fallen star. That's the part you don't get out of the equation. See, there's people that are slick and there's people that are smart. You know what the difference between somebody that's slick and somebody that's smart? Somebody that's slick, they'll find a little manipulative ways and shit like that or whatever, whatever, to get by on people, get over on people, shit like that, right? But intelligent people, they will map out a roadmap because they want to see not only themselves succeed, but they want to show appreciation to the people that helped them succeed along the way. And what you'll see is, if you've seen by her behavior, she's not very allegiant to many people. Have y'all caught that? She's not very allegiant to people. She's not very allegiant to people. Now, there's about 4 different make-believe stories that she's got going out right now. And there's 4 to 5 different individuals that are helping her collaborate her fake stories. Do I believe? My point was when I was talking about those pictures too, if y'all didn't get it, I got a whole bunch of pictures of different places we've been around the country. And for the team, except for the pictures I put up publicly, that's all you would see. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we don't, like, you have to be a sucker. In my opinion, you have to be a sucker motherfucker. And I don't know too many people that will disagree with me. But the way I heard you say the story was like this. Yo, I sat around for all these times, and even though I'm a victim, I was prostituting myself. If that's the way you frame the picture. And how long I was prostituting myself, I had video footage, and I took video footage behind these people's back as I was getting prostituted, as I'm playing victim, if that is the case. And because I don't want to take nothing from nobody if that is what happened. Fuck, I know. You know what I'm saying? I know that shit ain't never happened to none of us. Somebody tell me fucking wrong. I know ain't nobody ever stepped to us like that. And we were in more intimate positions than she ever would have been at. She ain't never been over to Star Island. She ain't never been to Fontainebleau with us. She ain't never been up in the motherfucking, man, they rolled out the red carpet for us. We went there for what was that shit? T.I.'s release from prison. We went to 2 of them. We went to there, and then we went to Compound in Atlanta. So we went to 2 of T.I.'s release party. That was both of them. You know what I'm saying? I still got pictures with damn Drama and Too Short, a whole bunch of other people I was out there with. Homeboy was talking about in his interview though. He's talking about he was sitting on everybody's lap, claimed he was sitting on Snoop Dogg's lap. I said, nigga, what? Right when he said he was sitting on Snoop Dogg's lap, I was just like, this nigga's a cat. You understand what I'm saying? This is a narrative. This is a story baseline or whatever to get her back popping with the lie shit. Do you know how devious of a person you have to be to calculate and put together shit like this? Do you know how demented you have to be to get with a group of individuals and put together a story like this? It doesn't take very long. If that's the type of if you're used to, it doesn't take very long. If that's the type of mentality you have. And what we're seeing, I'm sorry, I had to cut my toenail. It was fucking bothering me. What you see a pattern of this. From the Legina shit Some would say with Genesis, or some would say with other different arcs and different people that were involved in the story, right? For some reason or another, it all seems to come back to the same thing over and over. Bunch of porgy pies. Now I heard something else Denat said that I've been telling y'all the other night. Y'all didn't believe me. But Denat said it himself. So I said it's a 50-50 that he ain't working with her. You know what I'm saying? It's a 50-50. About to say that's odd. You were talking about Whack 100. She was talking about Amber Rose. Two most trending topics right now on Clubhouse. Y'all not going to go viral doing silly shit like this. Even if you go viral, it doesn't happen for you naturally at this point. What people will do is they'll look back on, there'll always be these 2-3 motherfuckers that come out somewhere. They wasn't original. They'll start a whole movement for you. That should be gone in a day. As quick as you rose to the top, as quick as you'll be gone. These stories y'all trying to put out there, these are not stories that'll last. These are stories that people are here. They're here for a few minutes. They don't give a fuck anymore. You're a strong personality. I like that in a guy. Thanks a lot. You won't hear anything about these stories anymore. You know, what you'll hear the scrutiny that comes behind these people and their reputation be demolished. And that's what's going to start happening more and more and more, whether you think it or not. Whether you think it or not. It's going to happen more and more and more. Now, I'm not going to repeat all the stories this chick told and this dude told. And to be quite honest with you, you're lucky if you don't get. First of all, I don't believe nobody won't cam up. You know, none of these guys. This guy wasn't on camera. You provided no proof, just like she hasn't in years now. She's never been able to prove one story. I keep telling y'all that. Where like you got a photo, bitch, a videotape, bitch, something. Like you got some bitch, like a still photo, a t-shirt with a stain on it, something, bitch. Cause I'm lost, and the rest of y'all ain't. Y'all not, and like I'm just noticing like the she's diminishing in views more and more and more. At one time it was like 400 some people over there. Now it's only like fucking 290 something over there. I mean, I'm looking at the replay of the what's the name of the live, so it displays it. I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, yo, this broad is really it's the last thing she got left. It's the last thing she got left. This is like one of them old Motown stories, you know what I'm saying? All right, I gotta say something funny there. It's like it's like one of them old Motown stories, you know what I'm saying? Damn, what's that motherfucker name? Frankie Lyman. I know that ain't funny. That ain't funny. That ain't funny. But that's what it remind me of, like the Frankie Lyman story or something like that. Y'all give me a second. I'm gonna grab me something to drink real quick and get back to it. But that's what it reminds me of. I don't understand how this lady is day after day online and you just pick moments to just talk about gossip. It's like fucking amazing. Way better. I don't understand that. And so I keep on and keep on and keep on. I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, saying she's gonna get better. Don't nothing happen for her. She just gets worse. She gets fucking worse. I think it's safe to say at this point something's wrong with her. I don't know exactly what's wrong with her, but her little plan she put together today and orchestrated, this was meticulous. This was something that takes a lot of plotting and planning, but in a devious way. And I believe it was even more devious that you started out your day today with a sermon. When will somebody shut the fuck up? So I need to shut the fuck up, or who needs to shut the fuck up? Loretta Johnson. You let me know in the chat, all right, Mom? We'll take it from there. But you know how fucking demented you have to be to piece together something like that? Oh, her. That's fine. That's fine. That's why I asked you. I don't bomb on people. You better donate to me and hit that cash app $ STRINGERBELL80. I'm the Batman. Nah, I ain't Jaguar. I don't hold guns to your head so much. Y'all better donate. You gonna pay what you weigh. Ass motherfuckers. In a devious manner. Yes, called yellow journalism. Yellow journalism. I just mentioned it earlier. Salacious journalism, ambush journalism. It has a lot of different things to it. I'm not in the laughing matter in the mood right now. I just think like this chick has done a combination of 3 lives today, and every last one of them, except for one, 2 out of the 3 have been about salaciousness. But she started out talking about God and how she was trying to equate herself with God because she feels some type of way right now because of, I guess, her lifestyle or sexual lifestyle choice or whatever. Hey, that's what you chose. You got to rock with it, I guess. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But you're trying to hide the fact that, bitch, you still want some dick. That's the problem. This bitch is frustrated because she ain't got dick in her life no more. Trust me when I tell you. Listen, you don't stay with a motherfucker. She was with Goomba for what, 4 years? Goomba was knocking the bottom out that motherfucker. All right, trust me when I tell you this. I can't speak for Goomba dick, but I guarantee you, and I don't ever want to have that. Let me just not say that. But I guarantee you, Goomba was knocking the back out of her. She was there for 4 years. All right. If she was there for 4 fucking years and he was knocking the back out of her, she left another motherfucker for Goomba, obviously, because he was knocking the back out of her. And she tell the story. You know what I'm saying? She got herpes in her life now. Y'all chill. Y'all chill. Y'all chill. I'm just saying, though, I don't know if she does or not. That's allegedly. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to her girlfriend, Itchy Diamonds. You understand? That's all I'm saying. Shout out to Itchy Diamonds, TJ. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's one strong face bitch right there, boy. I saw that little picture they took. I said, that's one strong face bitch right there. She looked like, how can I say it? She almost looked like Stink Mina on the Boondocks. Like slightly, she almost looked like Stink Mina on the Boondocks. Like picture Stink Mina on the Boondocks, and then look at that picture where she got with the sunglasses on. She looked like somebody, almost looked like somebody older uncle, like about 76. You know what I'm saying, Loretta? Tell me she don't look like Stink Mina a little bit. I just see an elderly man when I look at TJ. I don't know what it is. This is funny to me. Anyway, listen, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I ain't gonna hold y'all. This is my point, right? Making up these stunts and making up these lies and making up these delusional tales is gonna find y'all motherfuckers in court. And by the sounds of it, you try to put on the front. See, let me tell you something. I've been around multi-millionaires and some are now billionaires, multiple ones. I worked for them for 17 years. I was in personal company with them. We went on tour with them. We went to fucking different locations, Memorial Day weekend, All-Star weekend, all that shit. Year after year after year after year. No exaggeration here. We stayed at the same accommodations at them many times. You know what I mean? We had a great time. It was a great lifestyle. It's only certain people you get tight with. Some people do not have the capacity to be around a lot of people because they always know that certain people have ulterior motives. And it sounds like to me, when somebody is in their last stage, their last try, their last dig, because that's what happens. Once you hit 40 something, you're a musician. It's quite different for men than it is for women, believe it or not, because women tend to age a little bit more, whatever, whatever, whatever. That's why they could cancel out Halle Berry and have Halle Bailey. I don't know if y'all peep that or not. They do that all the time. Halle Berry for Halle Bailey. You understand what I'm saying? She will replace her. They cancel women out quite vigorously and quickly, except for certain ilk of women. You know what I mean? Like you can't cancel out Rosie Perez. You can't cancel out Jesus Christ, what's this woman's name? I say her name all the time. It's the Angela Davis. Yeah, Angela Davis. You can't cancel her out. There's a lot of women in the game you can't cancel out, but regularly speaking, they cancel women out quick, especially artists, before they do men. I'm 44, so I know. Okay, there you go. And so when you hit 40 something as an artist, it's like a sink or swim mode, in my opinion. I just heard LL Cool J reverberate some certain words that were just like that the other day, and I thought I was always on to the right opinion. There's been a lot of times in my little career, my little tenure around the Bad Boy Entertainment that I've been told I was wrong, only later out to be found that I was right. I stand, you know what I mean? That stands as testament. But I'm a trajectionalist. I always have been, always will be. It's the way my mind thinks. When you get a woman at her age, it's about 46, 47, somewhere around there, you've got 4 years to make it. 4 years, tops. Now, if you make it and you start getting the fat around your neck and your arms start sweating, swelling and getting that fat wrong because you ain't been lifting no weights and anything like that, the crowd will accept it because they grew with you into that. But if you come directly into that looking like that, oh, they ain't fucking with you most of the time. Most of the time. Not even in today's new standards, most of the time. And that's what she's at right now. So you either build some new music while you still got the time and the possibility, try to garner some revenue, both streams or whatever the case may be. Because she's always so interested in blogging, but never interested in making songs. That just blows my mind. Bitch, you're a musician, not a professional YouTuber. Fucking stupid. And homie, he want to know, they want to act like he's some professional nigga compared to you. I am. That's my nickname, professional. I earned that nickname very well on the streets and in the motherfucking office. I came from the streets to the office with that name. And talking about it. I am. I know more than you do. You're guessing and tight jaw. You know what tight jawing is? Tight jawing is when you're trying to dismiss somebody else because in reality you're jealous of them and don't have the same accolades. You got some time to go, kid. That's all it is. All right. And don't come up to me and come at me in some freaking interview with a washed up singer that don't know when better enough to motherfucking quit. You're gonna go along for that boat ride? Trust me, that boat got a hole in it and it's gonna sink pretty quickly. You're gonna find out. Gold hand, gold shoes ain't gonna do it. There you go. There you go. There you go. I don't understand people like that either, Loretta. I really don't. I just, homeboy just came at me. He had a whole diatribe to say. So I was like, oh, okay, you've been over here watching me then. All right, I got you. You know what I'm saying? And the reason y'all watching me is because the shit I'm saying is correct. That's why. And ain't no bigger validation than from me right now is I'm the only one of elk that can motherfucking recite to you exactly what you're doing right now currently. The rest of the music industry ain't paying no attention to you. And I keep telling you repeatedly, you think I ain't around no more. I'm around very frequently. Don't you see I'm always in? Why? Don't you see I'm always at an office here, there? Don't you see I'm going to auditions? Don't you see that? Nah, you must not be paying attention. Clear enough. What you doing though? Trying to get 175 for the room for the day. we have to work very hard to compete with the 20-year-olds, but I'm tall and thin, but still got some tough that needs tucking. It's not even that. It's not even competing with a 20-year-old anymore. A lot of the 20-year-old artists sound like shit, to be quite honest with you. And to be quite honest with you, if you even want to go even further, record companies right now, they're not particularly even, in my opinion, they're not particularly looking to sort after to sign American artists per se as they used to be. They're more invested, in my opinion, in African artists now, like Burna Boy and motherfuckers like that, because it has a worldwide global appeal. And based off the profit margin now currently, what has happened with streaming is forced the dollar amount to go down. I come from a time when they used to sell a double CD for anywhere from $17 to $35 to tier at sometimes $55 for a box set. Okay, that include T-shirt, posters, some special commemorative bullshit, whatever, right there, Virgin Mega Store or wherever. And it deduced from that within 5 years, maybe, it deduced from that into pennies on the dollar. So I think now it's worth like 0.05 cent per play. So it's a heavily significant difference as far as the ad revenue, which means it matriculates you very easily. You need more outlets and a broader demographic to marginalize and make up and recoup the same residuals that you got once upon a time within, I don't know, a matter of days. Now it's taking them a matter of weeks to see that same revenue. Hey, what's going on, Beatrix Betty? Guys, also, if you want to hit up the cash app, it's $STRINGERBELL80. Hey, Nay Nay 1987, what's going on? Yeah, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button too. We got 76 people in the chat room, 47 likes. Let's hit that up so they get me out to some more people. I'm going to share this. And guys, like I said, the cash app is pinned right there in the pinned comment under Shalima. Thank you, Shalima, for tapping that out for me. So if you guys want to, you can. You're not under any pressure to do so. But I appreciate everybody that does. She's stuck in a weird paradigm right now where she's going to have to show and prove. And in my personal opinion, the way you can show and prove and get up the revenue to do everything that you want to fucking do, Dodo, is not gossiping with people. You think that fucking going like what they're trying to do is, I guess they're going to go through the Chitlin circuit and get the Chitlin circuit to pay them for a couple of weeks. And once the Chitlin circuit is dried up, then what? Then what? I've seen a million motherfuckers take this route. It never works out. It never works out. I've never seen one time it works out because now you got a temperament against you. So this is your last roll at this. So you better cash out this time. If you're going for 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, however much you're going for, Jaguar, right? You better go out there and hard this time because this is the last. I can guarantee you, this is the last run you'll have with this. And what's going to happen a year and a half from now, to a year, you're going to look back at even this podcast I'm doing right now. You're going to say to yourself, you know what? That motherfucker was right again. Good evening. What's going on, Sandra Watkins? How you doing? So yeah, I find it unfortunate that she got on and she went back to reverting to the same thing, gossiping once again. And it's sad, man. It's like, you started out talking about Jesus and God this morning. And then you navigated from that and started talking about gossip right after that when there's 138 passages in the Bible. Y'all, if y'all, one of her little sneaky ass motherfucking followers is in here right now, y'all run back and tell that bitch, point out all the points in the Bible where it speaks against gossip. And there's 138 verses in there, Vince did. She was preaching the Bible trying to guilt people, which is not Jesus-like, and being vulgar behind it too much. Beatrice, did you see the fucking cigarette in the top right-hand corner, the 2 cigarettes? She had 2 deuces next to her jail Bible, because that's what she said it was. It was a jail Bible, bitch. That's what the bitch shared. She said it was a jail Bible. She brought it home from jail. I don't know which visit to jail. Might have been the first trip to jail. Might have been the second trip to jail. Might have been the 3rd trip to jail. Fuck if I know. It was one of the times when she went to jail. Bitch said, fuck me. I was like, what the fuck she say fuck me for? I ain't even say shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, I ain't even say shit. She had her and her homeboy flexing. Yo, I'm trying to tell y'all, man, yo, chill the fuck out, bro. I'm not the nigga to flex with. Trust me, I don't do that shit. I don't give a fuck who you talking to. She tries to scare me. She calls some niggas in the boat, trying to scare me. Yo, world, everything eat. She calls niggas in the boat, trying to scare me. It's how 4 trained people. It's okay, turn around, but she not. Man, listen, man, I ain't worried about that, bro. Trust me. Trust me on that one. Trust me on that one. It's very little things. People hide behind the shadows and they talk about Puff. They've done it for years. Our man's got a street named after him over there. R.I.P. to Fred the Godson. My boss used to manage Fred the Godson, Sean Press. Understand what I'm saying? He was brought to us by our man Chrome. So don't tell me nothing about the Bronx. I lived in the Bronx. You understand what I'm saying? I know the OGs in the Bronx. Big Jeff from the left, people like that. Like, come on, man. You don't. Them OGs would tell them niggas, Castle Hill, all that. They would tell them quickly, like, yo, what are you doing? For this? You doing that for her? And y'all know that. And I hope that ain't tone and poke. Because that's what it sounded like it was. I couldn't confirm nor deny that. I hope it ain't tone and poke. Ain't you still got something going with this guy? Or two guys, right? Hmm. All right. No, don't partner up with her. That's the wrong people to partner up with, bro. Yeah, don't go mess up your career for that. Yeah, I just don't know how deep she is in it. You know, she been on here, ain't talking about everybody. She didn't talk about Kim Porter. She ain't just talking about Jay-Z. She ain't just talking about Puff. She ain't talked about everybody on here. And this go for many other outlets too. I'm telling y'all, stop talking to her. Don't. She's trying to make a play to get y'all to talk to her. You understand what I'm saying? And she feels like once you get to talk to her, y'all will pay to talk to her after one or two outlets of significance pay attention to her. This is what she's trying to do. She learned this from Clive. You understand what I'm saying? And Clive taught it to them MCA motherfuckers because MCA is a shit label. So she's trying to use this little bit of impressionable algorithm exposure to lead her into getting a check, and this ain't gonna happen like that. It's not gonna happen like that. TMZ, Harvey, y'all better not pick this bullshit up. Y'all better not pick this bullshit up. Big V and a couple other people, Prez, rest of y'all are flooded down. She was on here talking about Erica Mena today. She talking about everybody except for what she done. And the only admittance to it slightly was in your conversation today. She's like, well, let me be quiet because God knows I done some things myself. We fucking know you have. Huh? We fucking know you have. She's a terrible person. Hold on, y'all. I'm get some of this water. She just comes off as a terrible person in general. And she defamed over her and homeboy, which I ain't gonna say his name. Yeah, he had 2,000 people in the chat today. Y'all gotta watch these niggas that be paying attention to fucking numbers in the chat. They thirsty. Anytime I hear somebody say, "Oh, he had da da da," and it ain't a significant number to really talk about, I don't want to talk to that person no more. She kept going on. It was 2,000 people in the chat room. I've just for example, I was one of the first people that reported on. Y'all can go back and look at it. I was one of the first people that reported on what's his name, Alpo getting killed in Harlem. About a year and a half, almost 2 years back. I was one of the first people on it. I got the story. I got people in Harlem. Somebody had sent it to me, and they was like, "Yo," they first called me, and then they sent me the story as it appeared in the paper early that morning. So I jumped in on it. That live, I had over 50,000 people in that live. 50,000. And I think ultimately, if anybody's my old list, what's the name? Our old subscribers, y'all can literally attest to that. I had 50,000 people in my live. And you're talking about 2,000 people. That's what I said. I'm going to put up the screenshots because one of my new followers, y'all think that she said I was a struggle channel. I'm not a struggle channel. I'm not a struggle channel. I'm far from that. I have over multiple millions of views within a short amount of time. She has multiple millions of views on videos too, and I'll give her that. But most of the material that they're talking about Jaguar Wright is always in a negative. It's never in the positive. It's always in a negative. And anybody wants to attach themselves to that, I just automatically assume that you fucking negative too. Is that fair? Is that a fair assessment? If you rocking with somebody that's negative, that sits around and gossips and has ill intent, it's like a whole bunch of devils rocking with each other, including the little chick that was supposed to be the monitor that said tonight, I was in their chat. Bitch, I wasn't there. Nor do I want to be there. Peace, what's going on? What's going on? Thank you. Yeah, I ain't want to be at that bullshit. I had enough when I heard the first two earlier, which those two, I never commented. I don't never like your shit. I don't never bother you. I don't ever do any of that. I've never even blocked you on my channel. So what the bitch talk about? Bitch said fuck me. I said, what the fuck she said fuck me for? I didn't even say shit. I didn't even say shit. What the fuck she say fuck me for? Got other niggas on there talking about, yo, I don't know about him. And where you in, Kansas, Texas, or something? How the fuck would you, though? You're not in New York City. And neither is she. I don't give a fuck who you called over there in the fucking Bronx today. Respectfully or fucking enough. I don't give a fuck who you reached out to. You didn't tell them the full explanation of the shit you've been doing here on YouTube now, have you? Bet you didn't do that, huh? Getting bits and pieces. Bits and pieces. Yeah, well, I want to expose this person because I care about the kids. The shit this bitch be on here talking about kids. This bitch has said some horrible shit about people's kids, especially in the past 2 weeks. Will the church say motherfucking amen? Will the church, all 83 of y'all that know what I'm talking about, would y'all say amen? In the past 2 weeks, she done talked about a whole bunch of other fucking kids. She sits on here and fucking threatens people. She motherfucking taunts people so they'll start talking about her. Once they talk about it, it builds up in the end. You are fucking with a fucking, in my opinion, a fucking nut. And if you think that nut bitch is going to lead you into some salvation or another paycheck, you out of your fucking mind. I will say quite the opposite. You just ruined every goddamn fucking chance you ever had of coming back into this shit. The fuck are you talking about? She don't know the East Coast. We don't even move like that. That's why I said she couldn't move in Philly like that. Somebody, you don't know who I know. When I hear somebody talk like that, somebody, you don't know who I know, all that shit. Like, get that punk faking shit out of here. You playing. I'm not playing. I done told you this like 4 times now. You playing. Everybody else ain't fucking playing. Now you take whatever you want to put it at. Go tell the cops. Go tell the judge or whatever. The shit that you're saying out here is beyond reproach in your mind. And in reality, it's shit that can get you hurt. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I don't know anybody specifically that's going to do anything to you or whatever. But any man, and I'm saying any man that was raised with a daddy or at least an uncle that came to pick them up for the fucking weekend, a brother that threw a football with him, some type of male influence that's not negatively this motherfucking feel like they're dedicated to taking sides with mama. Even women get tired of them motherfuckers. That's why they call them mama's boys. That comes from women. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all women know what I'm talking about. This motherfucker, mama. Oh, mama ass motherfuckers. I can't stand motherfuckers like that. Cause that's the type of nigga that nigga was today that sat there and started talking about me when I reluctantly refrained from mentioning your name, sir, saying anything salacious about you or whatever. And then you tell who the fuck I am. I tell you what, homeboy, since you're paying so much fucking attention to me, I'm gonna put together a quick little video, give you a quick synopsis of who the fuck I am. And I guarantee you, I may not be bigger than Biggie, but I'm fucking bigger than you are. And you can't pick up the phone, call the same fucking people I can. You ain't never hung in the same fucking caliber of people I am. And you're making nigga motherfucking statements. I don't like, see, I know guys that make the little nigga statements. I never pay attention to nigga statements. Let me tell you what I mean by that for y'all get mad at me. Nigga statements are shit that blacks and Latinos and some poor white trash make. Oh yeah, well, I'll do this and I'll do that. Oh yeah, well, and I know he ain't about this, he ain't about that. Oh yeah, those are nigga statements. I don't hang out with niggas. I never have. Do you hear the elder people I come from? I worked for Bad Boy for 17 fucking years. I didn't grow up in the fucking housing projects. I grew up on the shoreline half of my life in Connecticut, and the other half before that, I lived in motherfucking condos and corporate apartments. That's where I come from. And a home. That's where I come from. You understand what I'm saying, sir? The place I lived at before here, and this place is pretty cool. But the place I lived at before here, I had a deck, I had a fucking pool, I had fucking almost a mile and a half worth of beach line, and right across it, all the way down it was fucking boats docked and docks, long docks that you could walk on. I've thrown up pictures of it multiple times before in my little career here. All right? Your reality is not what you want it to be right now, sir. That's why you're sorting hands with somebody as a sort of Jaguar Wright. Tell people don't talk that. Yeah, I don't do all that. I bet you. They call me small. All right, son, I'm small and front. My nigga, I've been this size my whole entire life. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck was that about? That's the shit that had me because I didn't even know, son. Like it was like he was waiting to say my name or something. Sandra Tone Socket. Too much fast life was still cashed up, bro. Who we talking about? Jaguar, right? Is it Donut or Ninja? I don't have nothing against Donut. I just think Donut. I hope, like, I think there's a possibility, and I'm just saying this off suspicion. Amber Rose and Whack 100 got a little gift going on against each other, right? On Clubhouse. On Clubhouse. Today, Jaguar Wright doing her little live, she mentions Amber Rose and tries to embarrass her several times over. Later on, did not and her have a conversation on the phone, which of course she recorded. You know what I'm saying? All y'all tough niggas that be in the Bronx, y'all tough niggas that be in Philly. Y'all know this bitch that said on the other night that she been working with the FBI for years, you dumb motherfuckers. And includes you too, new wannabe boyfriend and shit. What you think you gonna take her from TJ? Is that your plan? You the new homie? She'll get you too. You'll see. He'd be like, God damn, that man from Bad Boy Entertainment, he told me. I just wouldn't listen. She gonna get you too. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. Chicks like her, they don't stop. I met women like this a million times in my life. This is a special ilk of woman. You cannot change this type of woman. And as time progresses, this type of woman gets worse. And the older they get worse. And if you know them throughout the years, you will actually see them matriculate into the evil person that you speculated they would be. I've seen it happen right in front of my fucking eyes before, several times. You'd be like, that's a mean bitch. And then 10 years later, you'd be like, damn, she's still mean, but she meaner. 10 years later, you're like, damn, this bitch mean as a motherfucker. And then they got little connotations with their personalities that go along with it. Like one of the things they'll do, they always cackle like a fucking witch or a hen or something. And if you close your eyes and you just listen, it sound like a witch fucking heckling. You understand what I'm saying? Or they'll laugh when some shit ain't even funny. Like they'll say some shit and be like, I'll be like, the fuck was that fucking witch cackle shit? You know what I'm saying? This lets you know the type of elk of bitches you're around, because a real bitch that get money wouldn't even have a motherfucking moment to laugh at some shit like that, especially some shit you threw. Like every now and then, chicks will have like a giggle or whatever. I get it. But if the predominantly of the most of your conversation is like that, you know the type of elk of women you're dealing with. You gotta get away from them bitches. It don't matter if they black, white, Latin, it don't matter what the fuck they are. Get the fuck away from them bitches. They gonna end up good. And as time progresses, this chick gonna get worse and worse and worse. And it go the same for these bitch raised ass men. You got a lot of bitch raised men out here. Y'all ladies don't know what I mean. Listen, ladies, I said this a long time ago. Keep me here. A lot of you ladies in the dating pool complain about the ilk of men that are out here, both black and Latin, right? I've heard Latin women on different forums talk about the same thing, right? But do y'all realize, now I'm just saying this, do y'all realize y'all complaining about the end product of another chick? That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to get sexist or nothing like that. I'm just saying it's a reality. With 72% of women raising these boys or whatever. So you have a lot of bitch raised men out here. You know, only thing they ever been around is mama and her sisters, or mama and auntie and all them. You understand what I'm saying? Or playing with their girl cousins and shit. Because that's where they stay at on the weekend or after school and shit. You know, and so after a while, these boys, they start picking up some of the accolades and the personalities of the girls that they around, and they start acting like them. Then I'm listening to what I'm telling you. There's guys, and if you a guy in here, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about, because we have these conversations all the time. You have some guys, and that's what I'm telling you about this vlogging shit. You have some guys, I'm not talking about the sexuality, anything like that. I'm talking about the temperament. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not talking about the sexuality. I'm talking about the temperament. These guys, they act very different from guys that grew up with fathers. The same way girls that grew up with fathers act very differently than girls that didn't grow up with fathers. All right, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I know how to date women. It's a long story, but I'm telling you, it's a very big difference. Or if they didn't have a withstanding uncle or some big time cousins that, you know what I'm saying, even if they would have been in the game, they still put her in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? Like how did you get to college? My uncle and them's weed money. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. I know some stories like that. So what I'm saying to you is these men that you got are now saturated online. These are the 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old parents that you used to see on MTV 16 and pregnant. You understand what I'm saying? This is their motherfucking offspring that you're dealing with right now. And these motherfuckers are saturated and concentrated on doing nothing but causing havoc, many of them. You understand what I'm saying? Not all of them. Some of these mothers, they did a good job, and I applaud you. But ladies, when you dating these motherfuckers, I want you to do something. The second or third date, I want you to be like, can you FaceTime your mama? And just watch them have a conversation. And based off that, if you just watch them have a conversation, you will know what the next 10, 15, 20 years or eternity brings for you, man or woman. Is that fair? Is that fair? Because a lot of you moms have raised America's next top thought. You understand what I'm saying? Or America's next top sucker. You understand? And these men are ramping round online. I say again, you got to be a sucker motherfucker to just now, homie. I've been in this circle with this Jaguar Wright shit from day one. You ain't like me, homie, even on that spectrum. And you can go back and do your diligence and watch it. Day one, I was here with this Jaguar Wright shit. Day one, 3 years ago. And I was in a different spot than 3 years ago, too. But 3 years ago, I was here on this Jaguar Wright shit. Make no motherfucking mistake about it. You just flew up, what, 2, 3 weeks ago? Trying to make a name for yourself. But don't use my motherfucking name and don't deteriorate my name in any motherfucking measure. Because, nigga, you don't know me. And I know what you think you see and what you think is going on and what you concluded in your mind based off the analysis that you have about your surroundings is what's going on. But I can assure you, my friend, that's not what's going on. Mm-mm. So do yourself a favor. Don't ever, and I'm telling you this as a man, don't ever in your fucking life brown nose with some fucking bitch that you outwardly know is fucking lying. Don't ever brown nose yourself with a bitch. This is the first time you've ever fucking really interacted with her. She would let you go just like that. Haven't you seen how she's done the rest of them? Use your fucking brain. You claim you're so smart. I hate motherfuckers that talk very slow because usually they're trying to methodically try to find a lie or methodically trying to find some way to embarrass or insult you in a sly, slick ass fucking way. So I never like people that can't keep repetition. You understand what I'm saying? When a motherfucker got to stop too long or whatever, I'm always suspicious of them in the conversation because the way I grew up in LA, I learned things you can repeatedly say what you're saying naturally. Shit that you making up or you trying to be meticulous of what you're trying to say in a certain situation usually leads to some type of deceit somewhere along the fucking line. Now I'm done with that, kid. Like I said, kid, I ain't got no fucking hard times with you or nothing like that. But watch your fucking walk. You don't know me. And neither does she. And I'm telling you, don't believe fucking shit she say, because that bitch is real scared right now. That's what she not divulging to y'all. She's scared right now for a fucking reason. That's why she calling up people. People, when they get scared, they start calling up people. They want to make shit public and shit like that. Look what they're trying to do to me. Come on. Come on, come on. You think I don't know what you're trying to do? You're trying to open up the lights, get some attention on everybody, take down the whole black sector of the industry. What kind of coon tap dancer shit is that? I'm bringing it back again. Have you ever heard this bitch Jaguar Wright talk about one white artist, one white CEO, one white motherfucker consistently in the industry that she wanted to take down? Have y'all ever, I'll shut the fuck up. I'll let y'all answer that. Have y'all ever heard this woman say one white person? Everybody she wants to take down is either black or Latin. Well, how come no white people when the white people are signing the checks? I know this. I worked in the companies for 17 fucking years. No. Why you call that guy Butterball? Is he a turkey? Man, fuck that nigga. That nigga's both sides of the plate too. Like, I'll give him this much. Like, you know what I'm saying? I watched this follow up video the next night when he didn't have Jaguar no more. And at that time, you know what I'm saying? And nigga, listen, man, cut your sides, bro. Cut your sides. You got the Uncle Fester going on and all. Cut your sides, man. You look crazy. Your face too big. You look like one of the clumps with them glasses on. You need to get some different glasses, pork chop, butterball. You know what I mean? Like, the glasses is not happening. The nigga came on with some sunglasses on. And you need to get yourself in the gym. You know what I mean? Like slim down, man. Just slim down a little bit. Get yourself right. You know what I'm saying? Stop eating that nashamine you heard. You know what I'm saying? Get on the kosher diet. You know what I'm saying? But that Uncle Fester, You gotta shave that shit, bro. You gotta save that shit. We don't be rocking that like that. You know what I mean? I got the little baldy going on a little bit too. I can grow hair in here, but I got the little baldy too, man. Like you gotta hit the whole thing though with this Uncle Fester back here. My shit don't grow like that. It just, it's just the front that be concerned. But you know what I mean? You got the Uncle Fester. You gotta. I thank God I got the Uncle Fester. You gotta shave the Uncle Fester with a straight. That's what narcissists do to deal with them when they know that who you are and your self esteem can't be touched. Man, that nigga could never compare to me because he was mad. He was like, yo, and everybody makes him. See, I found this batch and this elk of motherfuckers is on YouTube, and their whole sole purpose is to try to take other people down. But at the end of the game, they ain't got nothing to offer to the system. So, like, okay, if you replace me, nigga, who you replacing me with? You? You? Not gonna happen. I built up something in the past 20 odd years I've been around. This is the first time I've been normal, quote unquote, in a very long time. You know what I'm saying? Usually there's always something that was going on that I was at or whatever, whatever. So I had to slow down and now things are picking back up again. Because you guys inspired me to do that. And I want to say that first of all. But she is a narcissist. She's a narcissist, and I think she suffers from multiple personality disorder. I also think she's something called psychopraxy, where you imitate what other people say and do. And I just said this yesterday, and it was funny because Donat did say in this conversation, he said the word oblivion to her in a text message. And I emphatically heard him say 2 times, you never used that word before. You got that word from me. And I said, that's the same thing I just said before. I peep shit real quick, man. I live in the New York City tri-state, not Nebraska. And I said, I just said the same thing. Like today, she was using the word goofy, but I used the word goofy. You understand what I'm saying? She ain't never used that word. I used the word goofy. And that's Chicago slang. That ain't Philly slang. So you sound stupid even using that. Within the past week, she claims she was Jay-Z and DMX's ex-girlfriend. Her mind is going. Yeah, I heard that shit YouTube security, she said today, talking about trying to make it look like her and DMX were tighter than they were, calling DMX Earl. First of all, man, like I said, man, y'all better be careful, man. Because I don't know what part y'all don't get. Y'all in Texas. Y'all in Texas. I'm right here in New York. You understand what I'm saying? I'm right here. I'm right here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't get that? Have you not watched my videos? I go in the blocks. You understand what I'm saying? I go deep in the blocks, and people know me heavily. If you just saw the 50th year anniversary videos I had up, how many people out there knew me? People know me, homie. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to hold you on nothing. That's why I'm able to walk around the Bronx the way I want to. I can walk around Harlem the way I want to. And I damn sure can walk around Brooklyn between Marcy and motherfucking something. And proving that. You understand what I'm saying? With fam over there. Shout out Have. Shout out E. Like, what are you talking about? You know? She can't do that. She fronting acting like she did. Oh, I knew I used to live in Brooklyn. No, you had a place in Brooklyn because that's where the motherfucking label put your ass. They do a lot of motherfuckers like that. Darlene Ortiz and Ice T, when Ice T first got signed, they was living in the Bronx. They do that with a lot of people. You ain't one of us. You a suburban Jersey girl trying to act hardcore. Oh, you remember back in Philly? You from Jersey. Out of all the people she go get, I want to point this out. She goes and gets a homosexual man to back her claims, yet and still she does a daily diatribe of hating on men because that seems to be her new shtick now. She does a daily diatribe of hating on men and talking about how men ain't shit, including what a homeboy said today. He said men are to be used. And this nigga's a man. And I don't get it. But anyway, she does this daily diatribe of how she hates men, calls all these men that majority of them, most of them were in the LBGT community, I guess, I'm assuming, from what I can see personality wise. And calls them the F-bomb about, I'm gonna say what, 8, 9 times this week. You know, if this had been anybody, if this had been a guy, they would have got him the fuck out of here. Y'all do realize that, right? If this would have been a guy, they would have gotten the fuck out of here. She even no, Debbie. She even said the shit today when she was talking to homeboy. She even said the F bomb then when she was talking to him. I can't make this up. Y'all don't believe me? She even said when she was talking to him today, who was supposed to be her ally, was supposed to be pushing her story or whatever the case may be. She mentioned the F word to him. She said, yeah, and good thing y'all get these F bombs out of here. Da, da, da. And he corrected her, checked her, because I peeped it. He said, oh, no, 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 we're not going to say that. I said, see, I can't make this shit up. This is how she moves. You know what I mean? So in retrospect, she hate men, but she'll use a man to get certain doors open. And homeboy said real slick to her. He said, "Shorty, you can pretend all you want to. This is the only thing I will agree with him." What's up, Isabella? This is one of the things I will agree with him with. He said, "Yo, Shorty, you can say what you want to, but you always gonna have to go through some men in this industry, you know." And another thing I want to raise up to you talking about everybody else. You talking about Blue Cottrell. Shout out to her, Rhode Island. She right up the block. It's funny to me, like you talking about who got fucked and who got this and who got that or whatever, whatever. Who the fuck bent you over a desk? Jaguar? How you doing, Miss Yossi? What's going on? What's going on? Isabella, what's going on? Who bent you over a table? Who bent you over? You was a good girl? Because from what I'm hearing, you wasn't such a good girl. You was kind of promiscuous. That's what the streets say. Oh, you used to have them saggy titties out here everywhere, didn't you? Them titties always been saggy. Shut up. Them titties always been saggy. That midsection ain't been saggy like it was, but them titties always been saggy. Since day one. Day one titty saggers. You and your bra had something in common. You've been day one titty sagging. You know what I'm saying? Some niggas sag that jeans, she was sagging her titties. That low cut bra. Y'all know, ladies know, y'all know what I'm talking about with that low cut bra. Only got one strap on. You need a double strap. You need the double support on it. I know what I'm talking about. I dated a girl with some big tetas at one time. You need a double back support on them joints. You know what I'm saying? Anything over C cup and a C and a half or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You need that double strap right there for the extra support. Listen, I'm going to the doctor this morning, the grocery store, and then after that, I gotta go church service. That bra. Oh, tell me, you know how many sets of titties I done seen in my motherfucking years? She need that industrial boy with them saggy ass titties. I can't stand that bitch. Like for real. Titties sagging like Huggy Pampers. That's her name, Huggy Pampers. Y'all better run me my motherfucking money. That's what she said, Sandra. Y'all better run me my motherfucking money. It's Huggy Pampers. I ain't gonna tell you bitches one more time. Y'all better run me my motherfucking money. Dove sei non c'avo, ora tu sai. Rapido. Esta puta sucia. Listen, man. Hold on one second, guys. I'm just getting something to drink. This chick can't literally be that whack. She just can't. She just can't. And the funny shit about it is, niggas is donating to this shit. So, guys, please show me some due diligence because I'm trying to be sensible here. Hit up my cash app too, please. Trust me, I can need all the bills that's coming up and some more shit. It's right there in the pinned comment, $ STRINGERBELL80. Right there in pinned comment under Shalima. Y'all better run me my motherfucking cash app. That's what she said. Run me my motherfucking. And she be serious as hell. Word, Sandra. She going to turn on her friend there too. That's what I'm trying to tell them, Beatrice. Homie was coming all after me. Don't you come over this motherfucker trying to holler at me, man. That bitch can't make nothing happen for you. I can make shit still happen for you because I still have a good standing, at least. I can have conversations with motherfuckers. You know what I mean? I had to apologize in some situations or whatever, but you know what I mean? Like generally speaking, you stand a better chance with me than you do this, bro. And I'm starting from brick, back from brick. You know, literally. You know what I'm saying? Like my life was in a whole different place a year and a half. And I'm gonna discuss that with some of my new members that y'all don't know, whatever the case may be. This is why I'm looking at this woman. I'm like, you have no permanent home right now. You have no address really. You saying you renting a room, but I mean, how real is that? Or you staying with somebody? How real is that? You know what I'm saying? If I had to make a guess, they probably stay with OG Patrice again. You know what I'm saying? OG Patrice, I hope you come back over, baby girl, but I gotta eat to this bitch. I got to. You know, OG Patrice is her friend. OG Patrice used to be part of my channel. You know what I mean? I don't do no chuck. I don't do no stalking of bitches. I really don't care what bitches of that type of ilk try to do. More so the women here that come here that are in my opinion, some stand-up chicks. I've never met one woman. Well, I've had two or three of them. You know, motherfuckers want to be rogues and shit. Come over from her channel or her support system and say something. But the women here on my channel, including when I see them off this channel and see them over in the other panel over there, usually with King Payne. Shout out to King Payne. What up, nickel? You know what I'm saying? Or over there in the chat room with us or whatever, they've always like it's never no love lost. It's always, you know what I'm saying? And I let them say what they want to say because sometimes I might not be looking at something from a certain perspective. That's why I don't have a problem with one of the ladies coming here. She'd be like, yeah, but also this. And I'd be like, you know what? You're right though. You're right. You're right. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to give it up to these girls. They ain't stupid. They ain't always got the answers, but they ain't stupid either. I remember been following you for a minute. Thank you, Miss Yoshi. As a heart, she said, serious, it's a heart attack. Yeah, I've always been the same dude. I don't cap. She said she been a nomad. She don't need no permanent addy. She need a permanent addy. You from the northeast too. You from up this way, because that's New England talk. She definitely need a new addy. Oh, she said she left weekly rental. So OG Patrice is one of her friends. And OG Patrice is coming to my channel all the time. OG Patrice has donated to me. I don't have no problem with OG Patrice. Um, but she's also a mutual friend of Jaguar. And however OG Patrice found me, how I was talking about or whatever. That's what I'm saying. Like Jaguar know who I am. We've been on camera together. Like it ain't no secret. And you know what I'm saying? Like she fronting for the people, the new people that's over there, the remaining few people that she's got, because she got a struggle. She got a struggle log right now going on. But we know who each other is. You know what I'm saying? She needs a permanent refill on some of that med in addition to an addy. Yeah, and I would think that that would be the first thing you'd be trying to take care of. Like when I was on here on live, how I initially got on here on live was I was in a fucked up situation because of the pandemic. And I spent the majority of my time looking for a crib. Like my whole lives would be about that. Like, yo, this is what the update is on the crib, trying to get in the crib. We doing this, but yo, I found a broker. We getting that in the crib. You know what I'm saying? Like every day. And I found there was people that supported me for that. If she would have took that route down the sixth or seventh time, you would have been in a nice crib by now. You know what I'm saying? If you wouldn't have sat back and try to act like a jerk every time somebody try to help you, like that lady gave you over $3,000, you would have been in the crib right now. See, Loshi say, yo, real talk. I remember. Yeah, I'm not lying. You know what I mean? And my whole diatribe was about getting back in the crib, and people will help you. But if you sitting around, you just bullshit, you gossiping, calling random motherfuckers because they go, yeah, 2,000 people in the chat. It's not how many people you got in the chat. It's the caliber of the people that you got in the chat. And how many of them removed the bots, unreal, fake accounts, whatever. And, you know, that's like saying, yeah, I invited 2,000 motherfuckers to a party, right? And everybody was cultured. Say that to you. That's what you got to say. That's the equivalent of it. I invited 2,000 people to the party, and everybody was cultured. Does that make sense? Of course it fucking doesn't. So that's my point. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know all those motherfuckers. And then half of them not even talking half the time. I got 81 people right here in the chat, 62 likes. Guys, make sure y'all hit up the Cash App too if y'all like anything that I'm saying. $sign STRINGERBELL80. I'm gonna be meeting up with some people this week. We're gonna be doing some moves. So this month is going to be real substantial. I got two big highlights that I already taken care of via y'all donation money. I was able to purchase a ticket for something, so I want to thank y'all for that. So if y'all want to add on to that or rebirth that money or whatever, y'all go ahead and do that. You know what I'm saying? Because this bitch over here lying and getting buku money. I don't understand that shit. Like, what is the psychology with that? You lie to us. We know you lying, but we going to donate to you. But the dude is telling the truth, or the girl even is telling the truth, we not gonna fuck with her. We not gonna fuck with them, him, whatever. Messy Metis, I saw that you saw what I put up. You must have been listening and you must be here. Stop hiding in the bushes, bitch. You think I don't pay attention? Messy Metis today. Give me a second. Messy Metis was the one I was talking about last night. And Messy Metis, she's an English girl, yard girl. See how I deal with. She all yard girl slash British. And Jaguar tried to check her last week or something like that, telling me it was a fake Jaguar account or some shit like that, whatever. And I know she had to hear my shit last night, or one of her peoples heard it. Because today she played what? That Talib Kweli video, didn't you, Ma? What else did you do? You know what I'm saying? So next time, get big cousin Davin. Yeah, there's a PayPal right now, but I ain't fucking with PayPal because PayPal, let me tell you something about PayPal. You can hit it though. It's in a description box right under the title here, Beatrice. PayPal, they now doing this shit where they are now monitoring your money that we get donated to us, and I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit at all. And Vimo's doing the same thing. I was getting ready to download them, and I always look at the intricacies in the language. And it's kind of like the same thing they're doing here on YouTube. If you monetize and partner with these motherfuckers, they now want to charge you taxes for this shit. I don't know if y'all knew this. This is as of 2 years ago now. This motherfucker Biden did this, but he did it with PayPal, he did it with Google AdSense, and he did it with Vimo specifically. So now you have to file out tax forms for this money that you incur in. And a lot of times the taxes to pay on it, yes, I swear to God, to take a look at it if you want to for yourself. The taxes that you incur on it might inadequately be more than what you bought in. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I said, no, I'm not fucking, because the CPMs change frequently, meaning the counts per metric. That's what it's an acronym for, that you bring in via ads and things like that or whatever, based on the material that you upload live, whatever the case may be. What up, Nick? What you up to, boy? Ain't nothing, man. Over here talking about this raggedy ass bitch. Jaguar, right. This fucking cunt. Anyway, listen. So yeah, the metrics of it, they take, depending on, you might have one video up and that might, the CPM on that might be, let's say, $1.50. Then the next video you throw up, it might have a CPM of like $5 or $6, right? So now you got to measure that metrics by not only a W-4 system or whatever, what actually your payout was for the end of that 25, I think it's 25 days, every 25 days, Google AdSense, on the 25th of the month, serves you another check and shit. You know what I mean? They got more money than sense, the one supporting Jack. Yeah, it's something wrong with them motherfuckers. Because like I said, this bitch that was the moderator, I'm gonna prove that shit. Because like I said, I was outside smoking a fucking cigarette and somebody sent that to me on my phone. It was like, yeah, this bitch just said your name, says you was in a chat. I said, nigga, I'm not in nobody's chat. I'm smoking a cigarette. Now I'm gonna show y'all the screenshot too, or the fucking message. And I'm like, I'm not in nobody's chat right now. Like, I'm not even on YouTube. I'm on Instagram. I say it again. I was on Instagram. Just checking out, I'm trying to see who the new bitches are out here. You know what I'm saying? See what that be like. I'm sitting up there on Instagram or whatever. I get the shit. I click in, go in there. What's going on, Debbie? I click in, go in there and shit. And I'm like, people's lives, you can rewind it. I don't know if y'all know that now, but you can rewind people's lives as they're live. So I knew it had to be within a minute or so, whatever. I knew it wasn't that long ago shit mentioned it. So I moved it back. It took me a couple seconds to get there, but I got to the part and I was like, okay, well, the only way you would, if I was in your live, the only way you would know is if I type something in motherfucking the chat room. That's it. And y'all give a shout out to official King Payne up in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Shout out, cause. You know what I mean? It was just like, it was weird to me. And then it followed up behind that when the same bitch that's the moderator over there turns around and says, oh, and Perry Sanders up in here too. Yeah, I caught Perry Sanders. I look in the chat thing because the chat is live at that point because it's now speeded up so I can still see it. And I'm flipping through. I said, hey, Perry ain't wrote a motherfucking thing in here if it was him. I said, these trifling ass bitches looking for some motherfucking attention. You miserable ass bitches. Just like you made up all them stories today. Listen, bitch, now is the time you got to kick in. You've been running this shit for about 3 years now. We need to see a tape, a motherfucking a hoodie with a semen sperm on it. We need to see fucking a towel with some fucking DNA on it. I need to see a picture, a video. I need to see fucking something that can attest to the fucking porcupines of stories you've been telling now for the past 3 years. And now you want to give us another batch of bullshit ass stories and think we supposed to run with that because you got a motherfucking co-conspiracy now? That nobody know. And I don't respect no nigga that go out and come out and I'm divulging everybody. Nigga, that means you've been around niggas for the past 10, 15, 20 years and you wasn't part of the industry. Say it correctly. You was a repeat patronizer. All right. Listen, we know this terminology here in New York, and a lot of motherfuckers they'll be from California and shit like that, or the West Coast, or whatever, and they try to make it look like something else. No, nigga, you frequented industry parties that literally a lot of people anyway can get invited to. You understand what I'm saying? It only takes a separation of you knowing a few people, whatever. Whether you continue to come to those parties based off the reputation is something different now. So that means you've been sitting around motherfuckers for 10, 15, 20 years, snapping pictures, taking videos, or whatever. If your shit is true, snapping pictures, taking videos of shit like that, or whatever the case may be. Now, what do you say about a motherfucker like that? Y'all gonna trust him? So I'm telling everybody, including my ex-boss, where you at over there, and we ain't gotta say it. I want y'all to emphatically spread to everybody, including over there, RP, rest in peace, Q, Queensbridge. I want y'all to reach out to every outlet that these motherfuckers are trying to reach to and tell them, don't you fuck with these ragtag motherfuckers. This is her 4th time doing this shit. And if you do this shit and run it, it's going to hurt your publication because these are fallacies. These are fucking porgy pies. These are fucking lies, most of it. And name one of these motherfuckers have produced shit except for their bark and no bite yet in the past 3 years. So prove something to us. We need a fucking, like I said, I need a hoodie with a sperm stain on it or some shit. I need a towel with some DNA. I need a picture. I need fucking a video. I need something. We all need something at this point because now it seems like you're living off the virtue of other people's losses if the stories are true that you protest to. But the shit that you said today, homeboy, was fucking disgusting and it was confusing. On one end, you said you was a prostitute. On the other end, you said you was SA. Then on the other end, you said you was filming and snapping shots of all this shit and enjoying it. I'm lost. The broad said today she been a Fed informant. Yo, she said yesterday she was a Fed informant for 15 fucking years. Hey, yo, listen, I don't deal with nothing like that, and I'm gonna take a picture of that. One thing, my nigga, I don't give a fuck how funny you trying to act, and I don't give a fuck how I feel about her. Don't you ever come in this motherfucker talking about Jag's dead son. Y'all see that bitch ass nigga right there? We don't do that over here, homie. We don't do that. RP to her son. This ain't got nothing to do with her son. That's some sucker shit. We don't do no shit like that. Fuck her son got to do with it. You a sucker for having that shit up there. Jag's dead son. Who kind of sucker bitch ass nigga creates some shit like that? I don't play that shit. We don't do that. RP to her son. Because this is the nucleus and the genesis of why she's having the problems she's having. I'm pretty sure of it. I lost a kid. We don't do no dead kids over here, you bitch ass nigga. Yeah, you talking about Queen Tulsa, their new moderator. Is that who that bitch's name is? Fuck that bitch. For real. For real. Say something do something about it then. You know what I mean? These motherfuckers be trying to act like they tough. Like, listen, I keep trying to tell y'all motherfuckers, man. Listen, I don't give a fuck if y'all want to listen or don't. It don't even matter now. I don't hang around or deal with the same type of elk people you do. I don't know what it is about black people. For some reason or another, they think everybody the fucking same. We not the fucking same. Yo soy el cubano, el amareno, ahí se, yo soy diferente, tú sabes. Yo tengo un grica, yo tengo un cohete, yo tengo un chete, tú sabes, la gente en toda. Pero Jamaica, Haiti, Dominican Republic, and tú sabes, diferente, tú sabes, un gente. The niggas you fucking with are street corner motherfuckers. Like, stop. Like, stop. People that know me know this. You don't know this. The fucking idiots. This broad said today, yeah, she said she's a FBI informant yesterday. I caught that and I was just like, yo, you an FBI informant, but now you calling back to the hood. Oh, you ain't catch that? So, homie, you did the interview with her in Clubhouse. The chick said she was an FBI informant yesterday. She was preaching about the good gospel this morning. Then by midday, she turned around and she started gossiping about motherfuckers again. I'm confused on this bitch's personality. Like, this bitch has no personality. And then I could back up, and I hope King Payne's still here. King Payne, this nigga Donut said today, she said the word oblivion. He had a video, she had an audio that she had recorded of him and played early on tonight because it went in behind that. And I said, oh shit. And then in the video, he says very vividly, and I said this to King Payne, I said, this bitch is taking your language points and my language points and using her as her own and projecting it to her audience so she could seem hip. Bitch, you got to be outside to be hip. You got to hang out to be hip. You can't hide in the fucking house and be hip with your lesbian, well, I ain't gonna say lesbian girlfriend, but your ugly lesbian girlfriend. Let's say that. You got ugly lesbian girlfriend. I know some pretty lesbian couples. That y'all ugly lesbian couple. She look like fucking Stink Mina from fucking the Boondocks for real with them sunglasses on. You know what I'm saying? Never. Anyway, where do they go next? They're going flat down. In another 6 months, they will not be able to run the sham anymore. So the only thing you guys got to do is just sit back and watch it fucking extinguish yourself. And all the talking that they're doing and all the gossiping that they're doing and all the punk faking she's doing, I ain't doing. But all the punk faking that she's doing, talking about, oh, you don't know how many people I know. People not fucking with you. Nobody wants to be, any fucking person of worth doesn't want to be entangled, including the people that you're talking about, don't want to be entangled in this bullshit that you brought out. Because this is the second floor of the housing projects type shit that you're doing. This is not some shit of caliber. This is not no shit that we move, motivate around or whatever. You know what I'm saying? If she was a Fed informant for that long, she would have took her back, child support would have been paid. Yo, y'all gotta stop talking about these kids, man. Hablo español, tú sabes, como siempre, porque yo soy el cubano, la moreno ahí, tú todo el americano, tú sabes, diferente, pero yo soy el negrito, sí, mami. Beatrice Betty, salud, reina. I'm confused too. What you mean? She got at least 13 personalities. Shit, nigga, 15. Miss Josie. He said it right that he told her that way. Yeah, see? And he said, Donut said, yo, that word oblivion that you used, and you got that from me. You ain't ever used that word before. I said, yo, she been grabbing people's language points. Like, it's crazy. Like she said goofy today. I was just saying that last night. You know what I'm saying? Oh, long titty ass Jag, for real. She also says, my. That's why I was trying to kill King Payne. I was like, she took his whole shit with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Bitch, you are me. Glaze and Phil Donut, y'all wildin'. She using A Dustin, we go for a while. Yeah, she bars for people. And that usually comes from people that have nothing going on. She has no personality. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, nobody wants to hear that shit you're talking about. Nothing you're talking about is enlightening. Nothing you're talking about is of subject. Nothing you're talking about is of caliber. It's just like a whole bunch of gossip and bullshit like that. And one of the things I just want to end this off with talking about this. I want to talk about the Florida shooting. I'm going to talk about it a little bit more. But I remember on here, I had told you guys, and I said it when I was up in Trump Tower, if any of y'all remember this. And I was very vocal up there. People didn't believe me. And instead of talking about gossiping about motherfuckers and shit like that, since Jaguar says she cares so much about the people, I would have thought she would have talked about the motherfucker shooting that happened down there in Florida. And I got to talk about it. I got family in Florida. I got peoples in Florida. Shout out to Miami Dade. You know what it is, 304. Um, I'm not going to even repeat this fat loser motherfucker's name. And I'm not saying he's fat and trying to be an insult, but I really think that Jaguar and this other person, after you followed up with your little church sermon this morning, you would have took some time to talk about these folks and watch this bitch gonna hear this shit and then she gonna try to act like she was a facilitator of the whole story the whole time. Y'all watch tomorrow as the world turns. You know what I mean? This bitch is goofy. But I want to encourage her to do this nevertheless. And a lot of you other vloggers are suggesting your other vloggers. I had said in front of Trump Tower, if y'all remember, I said, you've got to watch it because it's going to be some of these motherfuckers that are mad about that Montgomery Brawl shit. And they're going to try to retaliate because now it's about their motherfucking imagery. They wasn't happy about motherfucking getting their ass whooped and shit like that. Here comes this little fat portly motherfucker that writes 3 manifestos, one to his parents, one to the police, and one to, I guess, the rest of his family, about why he wants to kill niggas. And once again, just like in Buffalo, New York, or whatever the case may be, this motherfucker, he befriended somebody the day before, and they went up there and they shot 10 African Americans, I believe. I'm half African American. So you'll never hear anything else from me, huh? And so the next day, the next swing we have now is this motherfucker retaliating or whatever. Now, I know y'all think I'm going to blame a lot of the vloggers, which I do because they're reluctantness to talk about the shit or whatever. But really, I want to talk to somebody else. It's going to be a surprise to y'all who I want to talk to, too. I want to talk to the motherfucking streets. You motherfuckers been out here for the past, let's say, better part of 7 years looking right pussy. You kill each other. You shoot at each other. You scare each other. Anytime you walk past each other and interact with each other, some passive-aggressive bullshit, whether you're black or Latino, and you're always ready to end everything on the drop of the dime amongst those two calibers of cultures, either fully black or fully Latino. Make no mistake about it, I live in the New York City tri-state area. I know how it gets. Chicago's the same, California's the same, a couple other places are the same. So when I'm asking of our national gangsters, gangs, shooters, poppers, I'm shooting myself. What I'm asking of you right now is, I need y'all to go back to who the fuck y'all were created to be. Community resistance and progress. The Damus. I need folk. And where you come from, the MOVE movement. I need all y'all to reiterate and read your charters and remember who the fuck y'all are. Because you got another problem on your hand right now. And this problem is going to be even more fluid as time moves on. A lot of people were mad about that Montgomery Brawl thing. A lot of people said stagnant about it. And I told y'all standing in front of the motherfucking White Castle as it is in motherfucking Trump Tower. Didn't I tell y'all? And if you don't believe me, go back and watch my motherfucking video right now. I told y'all then before this shit happened down there in Florida. I try to warn y'all because I care. This is going to happen again. And it's going to happen before we hit into fall. Because somebody saw this shooting and where 3 people's lives were taken. And they think it's easy. So no, this was Jacksonville, Florida. And the first shooting that happened with 10 people was in Buffalo. Yes, it was. I'm telling you guys, all our gangsters, our shooters, pistol men, I'm one of you. And I'm telling you right now, y'all all need to get together or you're going to be wiped out. Do you know what I mean by that? I mean, it is a contingency of white men in this country that have spent weekends up in the country, up in Maine, New Hampshire, Pocahontas, Nebraska, or whatever. The only thing they do is go up there and a lot of these men are ex-military men. I know this specifically because my whole family is fucking military. A lot of these men are trained men that have been trained by multiple facilities and branches within the military structure and are precision-wise more accurate than you are shooting. And this motherfucker who had an AR-15 and a pistol and a knife launched into a Dollar General and shot 3 folks, walked out the Dollar General out there, shot those 3 black people, and then started shooting at the car and shot at that car 11 times. And he claims his claim to fame was, I wanted to shoot niggas. Now I see motherfuckers every day that walk past each other in New York City, Connecticut, and New Jersey, and these motherfuckers will sit there and they will grill each other and ice each other, whatever. That time is over. Your little fantasies of living the fucking gangster life and all that shit or whatever. You want to be gangster, motherfucker, go after these motherfuckers. I need somebody in front of his fucking family's home for the next 3 weeks. That's all I'm saying. I need somebody to follow his fucking grandmother around and put the fucking fear of life in her for the next 6 weeks. I need somebody to scare the fuck out of his father for raising this little motherfucker, not paying no attention to him. You mean Timmy? Timmy's got an AR-15. We know Timmy had an AR-15. Timmy's got a pistol and an AR-15. We know Timmy had a pistol and an AR-15. Timmy's got a pistol, an AR-15, and a knife. We know Timmy. Timmy ran up into the goddamn Dollar General, shot 3 people. We never knew Timmy would draw that. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And in many of these cases, these white, industrious, low-end, poor, white, trash-ass motherfuckers that they are, they raise these. We have a lot of them here in Connecticut. I ain't gonna hold you. These motherfuckers that they raise, they pay no attention to them. They don't care anything of what they do. They're very different from the structure you have with Black and Latino parents. Even though you might raise a motherfucker that might end up being a killer, he's got the base principles in him of what is right and what's fucking wrong. These kids, they don't have the fucking basic principles of what's right and what's wrong. I know them. I grew up around them. I know exactly how the fuck they are. I throw pictures in my community sections right there. You see all those people in there? Tuscan Italian, real fucking Italians. People that know how to spit in Italian, banganguse. You know what I mean? Like real Italians. Okay, yes, Evan, I hear you. Right here in Jefferson Avenue Street. I go to Maine because they have good lobster. That's right. He's still breathing. No, he killed himself, the shooter. Probably misheard, my bad. I'm listening, multitasking, no problem. Drop the rakes. Gang, since potty train. Well, I need gang to get the fuck out here and start doing the due diligence of what you were fucking created for. And all these other scared ass fucking OGs won't say that to you, but you come from them. Some of these men are your daddies, your uncles, or whatever. So I don't blame you guys. I blame their punk pussy asses. Now, I'm not talking to the kids. I'm talking to you motherfuckers. You sit back and you say, oh, it ain't my kid. No, it ain't your kid yet. You sit back and you say, oh, it ain't on my street. No, it ain't on your street yet. But if you call yourself an OG, you call yourself a gangster, or whatever the fuck else you call your punk pussy ass that just got out third, fourth, fifth time at fucking 45, 50 years old from prison and got to stay with your girl, sleep on the couch. Do yourself the due diligence and run these fucking kids and let them know there's motherfuckers out here. So the next time we get one of these motherfuckers, whether he's in Jacksonville, Florida, Pocono, Nebraska, Texas, New York, or whatever, to all the gangsters and all the motherfuckers that will shoot at another man that looks black and Latin on sight, I need y'all to put y'all emphasis and freak and remember your fucking charter and do it to one of these motherfuckers. It should have been at least 6 or 7 months this motherfucker. At least 6 or 7 motherfuckers have shot this motherfucker. And I need his family put under pressure and that whole area put under pressure to let them know you can't do this. Protest in front of his fucking house every day. A couple of gangsters need to go down and shoot in front of his fucking house real quick. Let them know that you can't do this and let the motherfuckers over there in that neighborhood know that they can't do this. This is what I need from you, gang. Community existence in progress. The Damus. What were y'all raised for? What were your charters originally for? You remember? They were to protect the neighborhood. Well, we need you to do it again. And I mean that sincerely, and I mean that wholeheartedly. And for all these old ass fucking niggas that's over 35 years old, 45 years old, you ain't fucking saying nothing, I hold you more accountable than I do them. Guys, that's my time. I'm going to get a off for here. I appreciate all y'all being here. Yeah, I wouldn't call myself that, but sí, yo soy cubano ahí, entonces sabes, yo siempre por mi vida, Beatrice. Entonces sabes, yo tengo mi cuento, entonces sabes, yo tengo un machete, entonces sabes más, entonces sabes, pero en el corazón, entonces sabes más. Pero esta negrita ahí el amiguito universo, porque pero un Puffy, pero un Jay-Z, entonces sabes, la mujer es universo en la mente, entonces sabes, yo no tiene nada ahora, entonces sabes, las mujeres con la boca, la bonchanchero, cámate, se ama, entonces sabes, no. Essa puta sucia aí, entonces sabes, siempre, pero no YouTube, un bom chanchero, este tiene el Flamingo, este Dio, entonces sabes, bom pero un Clubhouse, no más. Entonces tienen un bom chanchero, pero un YouTube, tú tienes chavo contigo, tú sabes, porque las mujeres ahí se no tienen casa, no tienen nada ahora, no tienen un chavo, porque de para afuera aquí se, tú sabes, ¿dónde se donations? ¿Dónde se? Entonces siempre yo digo, esta puta sucia, ya, yo no sé nada más. Gracias, Beatrice. Okay, I hear you, Dad. I remember right here on Jefferson Ave. You must be from the town. You said Jefferson Ave. That's an NL. What's up, NL? Love y'all niggas. I go to Maine because they have good lobster. Shout out to Aiden, Miss Yossi. And guys, make sure if you want to, before I get up out of here, hit the Cash App up if you would. There's no pressure to do so. But if you do, it always helps with travel and everything else and day-to-day expenses, all that. $ STRINGERBELL80. Like I said, the link's right there under Shalama and pinned comment. I'm going to read some of these comments back. Wait, Buffalo, New York, yeah. It was 10 up there. Now, just recently they had 3 down in Florida, and I had to speak. I had to speak for that because I would never I couldn't even do a live and not speak about Florida and not have 10, 15 motherfuckers up my back about it. So, you know what I mean? That's just what it is. Shout out to Miami. Love y'all. Nay Nay 1987 word. Valerie Cole was Valerie Cole. I noticed they have not cammed up lately. Why? You notice that too, right? They ain't getting on camera. Why y'all bitches ain't getting on camera no more? Y'all scared because y'all look horrible. That's why. That was ridiculous. She was trying to use the Bible to criticize people and find out fault. Exactly, Beatrice. She sure did. That's why the husband went back to her ex. I said that earlier today too. I said, yo, the reason you lost your man is because you didn't keep up the par with your man. You understand what I'm saying? You were so rambunctious and so nasty and so mean and shit. Your man didn't want to fuck with you no more. Like you gotta eat that. You know what I'm saying? And she tries to wrap it up like she's a fucking lesbian now. I just don't believe that shit. Debbie Davis, mouth open, she lying, factory. She rocks. She took Naisha's head wrap and glasses. Fact, you understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to tell you. This is it's a type of mental illness ailment. It's not actually classified as a mental illness, but it's a mental illness ailment, meaning it accompanies schizophrenia and shit like that, where a person will see something or imitate something or whatever. But there's one that's called psychoplasy, and then there's neuroplasy, which are 2 different ones. But they both, one is with action and one is with just thought and just doppelganging your words and shit like that. What I heard did not call her out for what I've been saying for the past 3, 4 weeks. And at the time, I know King Payne, he didn't want to hear that shit. But I was telling him too, I was like, yo, listen, this bitch is really taking our words and using them for her own. And she took his my shit. Last night, she took my goofy shit. Like, whatever she sees fit that she can use for her podcast, that's what she's going to do. And it's a struggling format. Like, you talking about me, but niggas come and listen to me. You know what I'm saying? People donate to me. People support me. I don't have to lie to these people. I tell these people the truth. Sometimes it should be excited. Sometimes it should be a little boring. You know what I'm saying? Mom was hurt. Long story. Yes, Buffalo, New York. And came back once mom was hurt factory. Yo, they shot a lady up there that was 86. That man shot a lady up there that was 86 years old. And the thing that said to me after that shooting was there was niggas sitting in the parking lot. And this motherfucker, they allowed the police to stop this nigga. It should have been like 10 niggas just fired on that nigga. Like, pop, 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 pop. Even if you ain't even fire on him, y'all should have just whooped his ass in front of the police. What was they gonna do? Shoot y'all? They was gonna shoot y'all after that? You know how they would have looked? They weren't gonna shoot y'all. Y'all was scared. And that's what I'm saying. Don't be all jumpy and shit like that. Y'all using these gangs and all that shit to like basically attack your own when they wasn't set up for that. So use these shits what they were set off for. And if you need help, just go back and look at your charter. I ain't got to say it for you. Go back and look at your charter. You know what I say is the truth. That's how you know that. You talking to a G that had done it, homie. I was a nigga that held the jump off, all that. You asked my crew, all that. Like I was a dude, I could disassemble them, all that shit. So, you know what I mean? You're not talking no lightweight here. I don't go out pumping threats to people. None of that, you know? But it's just, we need y'all again. And we need you for the purpose you were created for, not for the purpose you've been utilized for. Let's just even put that under the rug. I'm not here to chastise you on who you shot last week or whatever. But I'm just telling you what we need you on the handle to do now. And I'll join you if I need to. You got my word. So, yeah, I'm glad that was said. Because there's some dudes that I say it again. There's a lot of people that had kids when they were 13, 14, 15 years old, and I don't know what that's like, you know. But now your kids are adults, and you guys in a normal world would be older brother and sister, older brother or older sister and sister, older younger brother and sister. You know what I mean. And so in the normal world, and instead your mother and the father dynamic or father and son dynamic, whatever, whatever. And it's a lot of the times a lot of these boys are being raised by suckers. Your daddy was a sucker. I'm sorry to put it to you like that, but your daddy was a sucker. We used to fuck that nigga up. It is what it is. You know? I never knew this chick until all the chaos. She talked industry, but later went crazy. Yo, like this bitch be talking bigger than what she actually is. And that's why I had a problem with what Homeboy said earlier. He was like, yo, all these people be he was talking about me. He said, all these people be praising me, acting like I'm the industry go-to nigga, cause I am. Compared to her, I am. Don't nobody fuck with her. You can believe whatever the fuck you want to believe, but don't nobody fuck with her, homie. And you keep sticking on that notion that everybody fuck with her, everybody love her, or it's not the case, homie. People like she has said such nasty things, and I know you a Johnny come lately, but she gonna use you, abuse you, or whatever, and then when she done with you, she gonna get rid of you too. So trust me, that's her type. That's her type. That's the way she is. The homeboy, what's his name over there? What's homeboy's name? I'm gonna call him Pork Chop. Pork Chop. He peeped that out. You know what I'm saying? That's why he said, yo, but she said the thing about, and then that was another thing too. You followed up your live. I almost forgot about that. Reinvigorating this and revisiting the idea that you put your son's ashes and all this shit and smoked it. And I was just like, yo, this is crazy. She said, actually, you're funny. Well, I hope I'm funny in a good way, but I also hope I'm informative. I don't mean to insult nobody. I don't mean to defame nobody, but I think Shorty needs help. And niggas is over there enabling her or not helping. And I don't think it's gonna be over until they find her somewhere passed out and gone or something like that, or possibly worse. Does that make sense? So that's all I got to say about that. Other than that, guys, I'm gonna give me something to drink. Get ready to go to sleep here. I appreciate all y'all tuning in. Official King Payne, what up, boy? YouTube security, Beatrice Betty. Who else up in here? Dorian Johnson, Beatrice Betty, Debbie Davis, Aiden, Miss Yoshi, Nene, 1987. What's going on? Valerie Cole, She Rocks. Nene again. Who else up in here? Barbie Doll, shout out to you. Carol Burns, shout out to you. Swiss says she using that A dust and we go. Yeah, she used that from him too. Creole Cutie, what's going on, Ma? Nene 1987, Beatrice Beauty again, Swase, YouTube security, shout out to you. Fuck that profile that says Jag's son's dead that I blocked. I don't give a fuck. Listen, I don't give a fuck what I got going on with her. You ain't gonna come up in this bitch talking about no motherfucking dead kids, all right? That's the experience her and I both had, and I would never wish that on her or what I even what's the word I'm looking for? I would entertain talking to you based off the motherfucking name that you got right there. To be quite frank with you, you got some motherfucking audacity using that woman's dead son's name as your motherfucking mantra for your page. I think you're a real bitch ass nigga for that. Debbie Davis, shout out to you. We don't do that shit. King Payne, shout out to you, family. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the Crown family was up in here. Just follow me for now. So Jagged Edges says, yo, you stupid as fuck. I missed that one. He called her Jagged Edges. That was fucking hilarious. You be messing with her algorithm when she don't hit that like button. Yeah. I think that's what she mad about too, because like I don't get a ton of views about talking about her. For some reason or another, she think like everybody get a ton of views from talking about her. But in reality, she's not my watch. I'm gonna put up some videos tonight and tomorrow, right? And y'all watch the amount of views that those videos have. They'll be like at 1,000 views within an hour. You get what I'm saying? Versus like I put up one of her videos. It takes me maybe like 6 hours to get to 1,000 views. Most of them. Some of them will take off. I think one of them took off. It got 1.8K views within like 7 hours or whatever. But that shit, if you don't get like between 100 to 1,000 views, in the first hour, I look at the video as it's a loss. That's me. If it don't get 100 to 1,000 views within the first hour, I look at it as a loss, and I got my own set of procedures I do to, try to correct that as possible if I can. But some uploads, they just be a dud. It just be that's what it is. All right, it ain't fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? You triggered me. You stupid. Goon will run. That's right. Have a blessed Monday. And if you too, guys, and all you guys, y'all all have a good weekend. I hope you all had an all good weekend. Yeah, no respect for the dead. Exactly. I hope all you guys have a good weekend or whatever. And I appreciate you all tuning in here. Like I said, the Cash App is right there. If you do it, don't hit it. That is what it is. But I appreciate if you guys would support us, $ STRINGERBELL80. And I'm gonna talk about her some more, whatever. But somebody put her up to that shit that she did today. And it just like sonically and just the way it floated, it just didn't even go right. It was like, yo, sure, you went from talking about Jesus to throwing out salacious shit and gossiping. There's 138 passages in the Bible against gossiping. Figure that shit out. Anyway, guys, I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Have a good night. And if you consider, hit the Cash App, $STRINGERBELL80. Also hit that like button and the Cash App, and all that information will be in a pin link in the description box and also in a pinned comment. Talk to you guys later. Y'all have a good night. YouTube security swag. Talk to you later, guys.